Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. I am Raw Zim, and this is Guild Tales Dungeons and Dragons, Season 2, Episode 38, Malt for Everyone. We're going to begin with introductions, starting with Enja.
Hello everyone, my name is Enja. I also respond to Digi. I am the storyteller for this game. I am both the allies and the antagonists, and in charge of most events that haze the party or bless them. I will now turn it over to the owl is not present. So
Cyrus is Cyrus is unfortunately absent tonight, so Graham then.
I am Eisen. I am playing Graham Ashfell, a Hexblade, War Domain Cleric hybrid, who is a albino rabbit. Corridon.
Hello, I am Archneer Rob. I will be playing Corridan, the Artificer Armorer, and Strange Bugman, as revealed in the last session.
Hello, I am Neo Nevik. I am playing the illustrious Lute, a dancer, a third-party class, and a rabbit to the stars. Off to you, Nim.
I am Zim, and I am playing Nim Otar Bonechomp, as well as his companion Silver. Nim is a noble wolf, a sentient feral wolf, wizard. I always want to say paladin. Always. I have at this point been playing Nim as a wizard longer than I was him as a paladin, and yet I always default to that. Anyways. And Silver is... What was that?
You will never forget your origin.
Yeah, I suppose so. But otherwise, Silver is a warrior, one of the sidekick classes. Cray?
Cray is the party's monk. Yeah.
That's a lie. You're the party lawyer.
He, of course, is also a monk. Jesus. He's the party's monk. He does operate as their lawyer as well, ironically enough. And he tries to help guide the party as their Kanku bard. Well, monk. Shit.
Kenku Bard.
I'm not a bard.
You doing all right over there?
Yeah, no, I'm just tired. I'm new sleep schedule and everything. Still adjusting.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I heard him say bard. I think we should make him play as a bard for a game.
I can bring Moriarty in.
No. Cray has to be the bard. You said Kenku Bard.
Hello. Now I'm wondering if Cray can sing or play an instrument.
Probably. He's a well-to-do person with a lot of time on his hands.
Yeah, and also I'm the last one. I'm Raharu, and I'm playing a Red Fog's paladin of the group. Name Element.
All right, and we're gonna return the recap over to Corridan. I think you might be one of the only ones that were here the entire session.
Oh. I haven't done the timestamps yet. So last week
Well, not
No,
last
not last week. Week
Yeah.
before last, the last session. Eisen's two patrons have been badgering him and badgering him to decide which one is he going to worship, and upon not receiving an answer, they decided to split his soul in half. His good deity, which wants him to be pure and innocent and lovely, has him when he's awake. His angry deity has him when he's unconscious and has to be hit first. Angry deity is pure berserker mode, and pure and innocent is reverted to pure and innocent child mode. It's deeply unsettling for the rest of the party who knows him.
Not exactly a child. It's more like when he was younger. Is when he was like a trainee.
More like he's just oblivious to every bad thing that's ever happened to him. So he's kind of got that like childlike wonder of everything's awesome all the time.
Yeah.
Hastily opening up Zib's post about tonight's session. I'm sorry, it's been a bit. Lute has described it. Yes. You can hear my brain struggling because my mouth doesn't know when to shut up.
Okay, we'll go ahead and turn it over to
I'm sorry.
Anja for the recap.
All right. Last time, it began with Graham having a troubled moment where he couldn't decide on what to do and had a deep fury. So he wandered the city, eventually coming across Golkasa. After a match between the two of them,
That's
Golkasa
being
won.
very generous.
Had a curious heart-to-heart, a rare moment for Golkasa with Graham. And then Graham's patrons were both trying to get complete control over Graham, and then they settled it in an odd method, splitting Graham between white and black. Completely. Reverting him to a more childlike nature. Golkasa assumed this was amnesia.
For the record, white and black mana.
Yes. That is correct. Golkasa assumed this was amnesia and started to freak out a little bit, dumping him off at Kray's house and absconding before he could be blamed for it.
I didn't do it. Bye.
Basically, yes. Meanwhile, Lute went to Oswald to try and get a contract that would assure loyalty. And if he ever betrayed that loyalty in any possible way, kill him and then explode him. After some reluctance, Oswald did agree to it. Elliman followed afterwards, not too long afterwards, discovered the contract, asked him not to do that, and where he might have gone. After getting his address, he followed Lute home, and then had a talk to him where he very much discouraged the contract and eventually convinced him to just try something else. Curiously enough, Poison Grandma was also gone. She was later found by Cyrus with a gun, chasing another man down with a cursed cuckoo clock, which she summarily destroyed and was then brought home. The party engaged with one another, talked a while, I believe there were some interactions with Tree also, as they're adapting a little better to what's up, and tried to have a talk with what to do about Graham. It seems that they'll need a specialist because even the people that might know about this are not very reachable, as they are either their enemies, potentially, former antagonists, or the one Snowfell that they do have is not very experienced and fairly young, all things considered. Not only that, they were exiled. So options are turning slim, but there are 3 things left to do. One would be to find the snowfalls. Second would be to perhaps have Malt look over Graham, and perhaps the rest of the party, just to be sure. And third, a former Orzhov, Pluto, could Oswald, as he was, curiously enough, still in their employment just before he was taken by the Seekers, unlike Pluto, who, while he was there for a very long time, did manage to free himself from the Orzhov and may not know the current standings. So, shall we pick it up from here?
Yeah, like right before the last session ended, Elamin was talking with Nim about what to do, and Nim actually proposed to take to take Graham to Malt, and Elamin agreed that was a great idea.
As stated before, Malt does seem to have extra special perception abilities.
Mm-hmm.
You need to whenever your eyes are made out of stone.
Yeah. I also had a bit of a scene where I basically took Lute out to eat because I didn't want him to leave him with the cooking that Poison Grandma was making.
Yes, he also gave the Poison Grandma trees splinters.
Yes. Because apparently Lute wanted to die right then and there.
No. There is a chance that you'll use that responsibly.
I don't think we've ever heard what guild Poison Grandma used to be, but I'm assuming it considering her crazy nature.
And also,
poison is very biological. Poison is.
Yeah, either that. She also seems to be familiar with Raylo.
She went and took a gun from him, so yes, very likely. She went to So, back at the house then. Who wants to start us off?
Yeah.
Oh, don't volunteer all at once now.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick up at the scene after, like right after Nim proposed that we take Graham to Malt. Honestly, Nim, I think that's a great idea. I should have thought of that before I got all tangled up trying to find a way to help Graham. Because maybe I was thinking too hard.
Graham will just be like, "What's a malt?"
It's drink, you see. Alcoholic.
Did you say alcoholic?
As Graham, I think malt is like, it has to do with alcohol, but I don't think a malt is alcohol itself.
Oh, is it not? I forget.
I think I don't know what it refers to, but I think like malt whiskey is like a type of whiskey, not like.
Like malt beer, I think it's the grain or the particular process that they go through fermenting it.
I think it's a type of grain because you can just have a malt, and a malt is basically like a shake.
Yeah,
I see.
it's like a frothy oat or wheat thing.
The more you know. Anyway.
Malt is germinated cereal grain that has been dried in a process known as malting.
There we go. Well, sorted the brewery. Very cool.
Congratulations, Graham. You're going to go visit cereal. You're gonna go... Congratulations.
Now I'm imagining Morty as the mascot of a cereal box.
I think people would like him, actually. Giant turtle. What's not to love?
You could get novelty bowls for it that are like turtle shells.
Yeah.
I feel like Malt also, like, on his shell looks kind of like a chia pet, but with, like, actual trees.
You're not wrong. There's a lot growing on there.
Also, getting back in character,
Yeah.
Malt is a bit of a friend of ours. He's like an old sagey person, you may say.
That's cool.
You think so? Would you like to meet him?
Sure.
Element gives a thumbs up.
And what time
else
of day
wants
is
to
it
go?
right now, Anja?
Let's see. I believe it's the same day after basically everything else happened, so it's getting into late afternoon.
Well, I suppose we'll go ahead and go on tomorrow then.
Yeah, you're right. It is actually pretty late. I should go back to the Boros myself right now. There is something I need to discuss with Commander Gulkaza.
You said that was the guy. Did I know him?
The big
Don't-
bear. The big bear.
He's the big bear.
Ah, yes, he was very nice.
Yes.
A little weird, but nice.
Element is rubbing his chin in concern. He has never heard anybody call Commander Gulkaza nice. Anyways, keep Graham safe, okay? Okay, Nim. I'll see you tomorrow.
Nim will grumble a little bit, but nod.
Element says a nod. I'm sorry, but thank you. And Element proceeds to leave.
How is Gray taking the news?
Which news?
That Graham is gonna stay here.
Neutrally? He doesn't care. Cray has never cared about who's staying at his house. He always offers for people to stay, and then he's like, "Oh, you don't want to stay? Okay."
Yeah, on the session that it all happened to begin with, Cray was the first one to see the new Graham, and that was the first time I was seeing him so panic.
And he was like, "Oh, this is bad. Bad things are happening."
Oh, something happened and you're different.
Did you get a haircut?
Yes.
I got them all cut.
So I'm going for the slightly singed and crushed by a boulder look.
Ah.
Oh yeah.
See,
Now that I
you mention it, yes.
Oh yeah, now that I think about it, like Graham right now should be like mildly char.
No, he definitely has some black spots on him. But he seems fine. He's in good health.
I can't remember if I sent Cordan upstairs. I think Cordan's still kind of around. Oh, Cordan's between the stairs and the table. I think I left him there.
I believe the last thing you, I do believe the last thing you did was you finished. Did you finish fixing up your armor with Cyrus's help, or not?
Yes, we finished fixing his armor, but I don't think he put it on. That was it. We were going to fill out the. He was filling out the paperwork. That's the last thing Cordan was doing. He was filling out the paperwork with the assistance of either scribing or I think he was carving into something that was it. He was carving into something to finish it because he didn't have his gauntlets on.
Yeah, and Otter
So
from
he
the
just had long talons. So he was just carving into a wax tablet or something.
yeah, and
Piece
Otter
of
from the
wood.
and Otter from the Marten Talking Network arrived to help you with the thing because to help you with the thing because of your non-human anatomy that you have right
Because
now.
he was struggling.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. What is a human?
non-humanoid.
My signature is just stabbing the paper.
I mean, it works.
Hey, anything counts as a signature when you don't have a set signature.
Truly, this is.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Nim's signature is his paw print, isn't it?
Ashfell
Or does he
tipped
actually write his name?
$5.
Ash, thank you so much for that donation. The first tier has been completed.
Ooh, so quick.
Huzzah!
Seriously, Ash, thank you so much.
Why is my stream quality set to 480?
Anyways, Graham is going to go about some cleric duties and
Raharu95 tipped $20.
Ooh.
And Raharu, thank you so much for that donation as well.
You're welcome.
Oh my.
That means tier 2 is now complete. Oh, I did not realize that was overflowing like that. Okay, let's do this. Now on to tier 3. Sorry for the interruptions, but very much thank you for the donations and the support, everyone. It means so much.
They're very good interruptions to have.
anyways, Graham will do a cleric thing and go around and like bless / consecrate the
That's very kind of you, Graham.
house.
Congratulations, Cray. Your house may become consecrated grounds.
Huzzah!
I don't
Sure.
mean I don't mean that. He's probably just like doing something
Frank?
along those lines. Like hey, I'm hoping this house has like good luck and like no evil spirits and shit like that.
So yeah,
Are you
prayer.
gonna bless the rains in Cray's house? I guess I'll take that as a no.
But Graham will grumble about not having like he's like, crap, I'm missing some of the things I usually need to do this.
Sadness.
What are you lacking?
But he will do his best.
What are you lacking?
Well, see, there's this kind of ceremonial like incense burner, the incense. I asked Cyrus to get them. But I figured I'd get a head start.
Unfortunately, Cyrus has been kidnapped again, so he's not going to be able to give it to you today.
Rubikin left a note that said "neener neener."
Alright then.
Do your holy bullshit without me. Do your holy bullshit.
Rubikin probably wouldn't like what Graham's doing.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Graham will also be
and
like, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, anyone else doing anything for the
Yep,
rest of
no.
the evening before we just move to the next day?
Yeah,
Got
Cray will be
Caladan's
just
just
generally
waiting.
keeping an eye.
Graham's also going to point out the fact that your house is like, it's not dark, but there's no like sunlight or anything getting in here. He's like, this is slightly depressing, but it is cool.
Joke.
Cray squints.
Elami will probably head to whatchamacallit, Gulkas's house because he knows he's probably there at this time of the day because he'd like to discuss some things once he arrives
Yep.
at the Boros.
What the fuck did you do to our friend?
Gulkas's big castle specifically made for him so that he will have something
It's
sturdy
less a
enough.
castle, more of a fortified fortress.
Yeah, fortified fortress so that he had a place to live where that wouldn't immediately crumble down.
Alright.
That man's poor parents raising that destructive baby.
something, adversity, something, character.
Well, you do certainly arrive, and the bear is home. Hello? I didn't do it.
I am not here to accuse you, sir. I am just curious to know what the hell happened between you and Graham.
That. Okay. So, he was having a bad day, and I happened to find him. He seemed to be boiling furious, and I went up to him. I talked to him. He attacked me. I said I'd give him 2 more hits before I started getting angry at him. You know, because I know you guys, so I don't want to just turn you to paste and then say well, that happened. So he swung again. He was really putting his back into it though. I felt it. And then after 2 more hits, I started hitting back. And I hit with a boulder. And it kind of exploded and sent him soaring across the sky and into the ground. He was alright then, though. So then we talked a little bit. I think I said some good stuff. And then we parted ways. And then I found him again, just face down on the floor. I guess he was hurting a little bit more than I thought. So I put him over my shoulder. And while I was walking, he woke up and hugged me. And then started saying things, and I took him to Cray's house, and then I left.
Lemming blinks several times. That must have been a very awkward scene. I am not entirely sure how to respond to this.
I don't know what to do. What happened?
I didn't know what to do either at the start, but
I can't deal with hands. I can't.
Don't
what
worry,
do I do to something I can't touch?
But don't worry, sir. I managed to find somebody that was able to shed some light onto the situation. Thankfully, your bout with him wasn't what caused whatever happened. It's what happened is actually warlock shenanigans. You see, yes, Gran apparently has two deities. I'm not sure. I am not entirely sure how usual that is for a warlock or not, but what something happened between those 2 deities, and now Graham is all messed up because of that. It must have happened right after you left him.
Huh. So I should have kept an eye on him? I guess I did beat him to shit.
I'm not entirely sure if keeping an eye on him would have prevented whatever occurred. Although I guess he wouldn't have hurt still. I understand if you left him after your good talk that you had with him.
It was a very productive talk.
I don't doubt it, sir. I know you don't usually do that kind of stuff, but when you actually do it, it's for a reason.
I have a question. Would Element ask him what the conversation was about?
Yeah, he would. You said that Graham. You said that when you found him, Graham was angry. Was angry, and he began attacking. What exactly was the conversation about, if you don't mind me asking?
Loss of trust, mostly. He didn't believe in you guys anymore. He was so done.
Yeah, let me rust his chin. Oh, I see.
So then I talked about my former partners. And the funny thing is, they made me mad on purpose. They pushed my buttons a lot. I don't know what's been going on with you guys, but I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm
Are
not
there-
around. I'm doing my own things here.
Well, of course, you're the commander of the Boros at the moment. You're a very busy man. Still, though, our party is, I'm gonna say it straight, is very dysfunctional. Even if we can fight, even if we can fight together well enough, but outside of combat, things aren't really all that well. Nim and Graham are always at each other. Nim and Graham are always at each other's throats. We have been dealing with this rabbit named Lute who.
That guy that came to my office and lied. Man, it's been a long time since someone had that kind of moxie.
Yes, he kind of betrayed us, but he wants to get in our good graces again after that betrayal, and we're having a hard time accepting him, especially Nim. But to be fair, I don't blame him for that because he did betray us. He was the one that stole the white mana that Nim had.
Oh.
And well, Cray himself is one that keeps a lot of secrets, and that was something that was also bothering Graham, as far as I know. I think maybe all of the stuff with that's happened with the party has just been building up inside of him, and he just exploded on you. I didn't realize it was that bad.
I mean, it was surprising, but I won't say I didn't like a fight.
Anyway, I mean, anybody picking a fight with you either has a death wish, or they are really sure of themselves, or they're just really angry. And Graham was probably the later one.
I'll take all of the above for 500.
Well, I just wanted to know about the situation. Is all. We kind of have a plan to see if we can help him tomorrow. Hopefully that goes well.
Do you need help?
I mean, what help do you think you could provide in this regard? Well, guess Graham likes you, so that could help.
I could march into the Orzhov district and curb stomp the first white rabbit I see and drag it back.
And let me rub his chin. Actually, that could possibly help us if that wouldn't cause a lot of trouble.
How many limbs do they need?
Well, then only.
You don't need any except the head to talk, right?
You're kind of right. You are right, Commander. But I think somebody who has lost limbs might not be so inclined to talk after that. They might just wish to be dead by that point.
Intact is hard. All right, fine.
Element gives a thumbs up. I appreciate it, sir. Yeah, and with that, Element is gonna leave to his own quarters, his own house.
Hope I don't hit a civilian by accident. White rabbits aren't common, right?
Element already left by that point. Whoops.
Could get some random rabbit.
Oh no.
Luck roll, engage.
I mean, Element okayed that. I was very surprised. There is a really reasonable chance that he gets a civilian.
Okay.
I feel like this is gonna be one of those situations where like Element might realize that white rabbits could be very common and that
The moment Element realizes he's going to come back and exclaim that, you, sir, you can't just get the first white rabbit you see.
What?
That white rabbits are not a rarity. At least I don't think they are at the Orzhov.
How else am I supposed to identify an Ashfell then? How else am I supposed
Hmm. Well, that's a good question. I mean, I did went into an undercover. Wait, I remember something. I did went into an undercover mission with Graham at some point in the Orzhov, and the moment somebody saw his ears, the size of his ears, they kind of identify him as an Ashbell. Maybe the Ashbells have really big ears compared to other white rabbits.
Secretly, you don't know this. They're all albino, which means they're all white furred with red eyes.
Yeah, I'm not aware of that, but this is something that Element does remember. So
big ears. Okay, I can do that, I guess.
it's the only clue I know, sir. You may want to ask somebody else at the boroughs with tactical experience to get more information in this regard. I don't know any more details myself.
Figure it out.
All right. I trust you, Commander.
All right, time to wage war on a very small scale.
Element is very concerned. This isn't going to cause issues, are there?
It's acceptable behavior for me. I'll say this much. I'll make up a charge.
Element rubs his chin. Okay. Well,
Curiously, it probably isn't all that far fetched that Orzhov, I mean not Orzhov's, but Boros, you're like, yeah, I know this person's bad. You're just probably like, I'm just gonna trump up charges so I can throw this person in prison because they avoided it.
You know what? Fair. Element would still be concerned, but considering Commander Kozkasa hasn't lost his job at this point, I think he must have been doing something right until this point in this regard. So, yep, Element is just going to leave now.
Element, I'm not going to think about it. Just trust in the system that this will work itself out.
He's in charge for a reason.
I mean, Element at the moment is going to be doing something else. So,
Element at this point, it's like,
oh
shit,
yeah, he never set up a meeting point once he did acquire the theoretical Ashfell.
Right. I mean,
you didn't tell him where you're going, so he's just gonna have them, probably.
Well, I could tell him that tomorrow I'm going to be taking Graham to see Malt, the giant turtle. He would know where that is.
Yes, he would. He has met Malt.
Yes. Okay, then that's good.
I feel like Bulkasa may have at one point been run over by a running Malt.
I remember Malt ferrying you across the city. My God. His acceleration, very slow, but he could gallop eventually.
Eventually, Malt just turns into Missile.
I have no top speed, but my acceleration is terrible.
Well, with that, Element is going to head to his own house to sleep.
All right. And on to the next day as Golgotha marches off into the night. With a new objective in mind, let us pray. And by that I mean high or low.
Hi.
Alrighty. Any specific number you're feeling?
Number 70, I guess.
Ooh. Alright. Next day then.
Okay.
So, who's getting up first? Ah yes, Lute. How are you doing?
I am. He is feeling fine.
That's lovely to hear.
I forget how we rolled to see what order people woke up in.
Was
Well,
there a roll for that?
I'm picking Lute.
Okay.
Lute, I
Something's
choose you.
So, how are you doing this morning? Things seem to have just happened a lot.
Yeah, things didn't really go Lute's way last time. Lute's feeling a little down and dejected. As he sobs to the kitchen,
Oh no.
makes himself a breakfast sandwich.
Honey, what's wrong?
Oh, my friends don't like me.
Oh. You need fire poison. You need...
Perfect.
I don't like you either. No, I'm just kidding.
Everyone loves napalm. Everyone.
Sure, I will take a bottle of napalm.
Alright. You're getting an enhanced alchemist fire.
I feel like Poison Grandma would be the kind of person who'd be like, ah, yes, a fireball. It'd be like, you need a fireball, the alcoholic drink. It's like, yes, but I've just distilled this actual fireball into alcohol.
Sounds hilarious.
This is Poison Grandma's attempt to cheer you up. Excuse me while I add it to your inventory. But by all means, continue.
I just don't know what I'm going to do. I've been working and trying hard to win them over, but nothing I'm doing is even making the slightest dent. Plus, they've tried to kill me 3 times so far.
Graham never tried to kill you.
You're not one of the numbers.
Okay.
It's Nim the first time, then Cray, then Nim trying to kill Noir Ashfell.
Yeah, not you.
Yeah. I just don't know what I'm going to do about that. Perhaps if I invited them over for tea. Hello?
I'll make tea. I can make great tea.
Sure. Let's invite them
Merrick
over
sticks his
for...
head in. Hey, why don't you sit with Lute and I'll make the tea, actually. I'll invite Morath. Okay.
Hey, what did you ever do with the the dust, magic dust I gave you?
She holds up a small bottle where it's been reduced to a wood powder. Right here.
Oh, it's an ingredient form.
Real quick.
Still figuring it out. Very, reactive?
Real quick for everyone, we are doing Stream Raiders Dungeons, so please come help us out with that.
Ooh, dungeons.
I'm sure you'll find a good use for it, Grandma.
I sure try. Maybe food, though. Maybe something else. Very particular, this salt. Very particular.
Needs to be used in just the right way.
Are you going to see your bad friends today?
I don't know. There doesn't seem to be anything I can do to win them over.
Maybe. And she's thinking about this and slowly coming to terms with, I don't have friends either. Oh no. As like her expression is like slowly changing, like, Poison Grandma, the veritable font of friendship. No. Wait. How many people stick around? Oh, literally only one grandson. Literally. Uh-oh.
Secretly, I'm very lonely.
Am I bad? I need to think about this. Why don't people stay?
Oh, poor Poison Grandma.
It's because they all get sick. Like, really sick.
They needed more food. I didn't cook enough.
You just have a strong personality. You need
I
to...
go ask Raylo. Starts toppling off. Because obviously, consult him to figure it out.
Poison Grandma, before you go,
Hey.
I have this pitcher of syrup. Can you fortify it for me?
Oh, okay. Starts waddling back, takes the pitcher of syrup, and starts pondering what she could infuse into this.
I might as well.
Congratulations, poison syrup. But who knows what effect it'll have on it? Just anything? There is so much room to be shoved in.
Alright, I'll write down pitcher of poison syrup.
Like good stuff, bad stuff, fire. I could put fire in syrup. Wait, I already did.
If you put fire in syrup and syrup is sticky, that just makes it napalm.
Yeah, that's what she realized. Oh wait, I already made napalm today. and has already given it to Lute, so she's thinking, I need to put something else in this syrup. Man, I'm thinking about fire a lot today.
She woke up and says fire.
Fire is fun for all ages.
Lute, come make napalm with me.
Malik, you might want to
It's a
check her
universal
room.
bonding exercise, so I am told.
Anyway, Lute's going to go on his merry way at this point.
As a grandma is just sitting back, preparing a class on how to make napalm.
Yeah, he doesn't need to learn how to make napalm.
Oh yeah. As a grandma begins teaching her ducks.
Oh no. Now the ducks know the secret.
But all you need is styrofoam.
Really?
Styrofoam and gasoline can make very low grade napalm.
Ah.
Don't do it, kids.
In the audience, don't do what we have performed.
And
The more
Twitch,
you know.
you did not hear that. We did not say that.
Lip it.
Oh, hey, look, it's that guy on the FBI who's secretly observing us. Hi.
Hello, Greg.
Hello,
How's it
FBI
been?
man. I'm in a different country, so you can't get me.
Oh, that's what you think.
Love the provocation.
I
I'll
would
give
not
you
be
a cold
surprised.
I'm not
seriously.
oil, so I am safe in another country.
I would seriously not be surprised if some of these games have gotten me on at least one watch list.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Anyways,
That's fine. This just means you're living an interesting life.
It means you get an extra viewer who just happens to be in the FBI.
Hey,
An extra
they're in the
dedicated
FBI.
viewer. They'll show up to
They're getting probably
they'll
some
show up
pretty
to
good
every
pay.
stream.
So, where's Lute going to move this along from Poison Grandma's class?
Well, where the heck can he go?
Well,
I guess he'll get an extra 2 potions of healing,
go for it.
which would be like $100. So
Ah, yes. That reminds me. I was meaning to share a little list with everyone of what I think some potion prices should be.
Oh.
You know, for just casually picking up and supplying yourselves. There you are.
Interesting.
Just some potions, what might be useful.
man, no gases form would be helpful.
By all means.
Mm, sure. I take a potion of gaseous form.
If you need if you need me to add anything to your inventory, I will be happy to do so.
Yeah, I'll
If you
need
cannot do it yourself.
I can't do it myself. I don't have access to the magic items.
All right.
Graham has finally recovered all of his hit dice.
Yes. I should give everyone a long rest. Pardon me.
You're pardoned. For now.
Thank you. In the eyes of the law, I am a good man. The end.
You are forgiven.
Okay, so I guess Lute is going to go over to Cray's house and invite everyone to tea. You know, like normal people do.
Sure.
At a tea house
What?
where they serve tea. Ooh, like a tea bar. No, I don't know what do they call it, where they have like tons and tons of teas and you get to like select one and drink it right there.
A tea house.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, a tea house. I'll invite everyone to a tea house.
That moment when no one accepts the invitation.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen.
Soft crying and more tea.
Knock, knock, knock.
Who will answer the door for the soft knocking?
Probably Gray.
Hello, Cray. It is me,
Nim will
Lute
be
Tutor.
Nim will be busy in the kitchen.
I wanted to invite you and everyone of your household to a tea house that I've heard of.
That sounds delightful.
Graham is in the kitchen requesting strawberry waffles.
On my dime. Or on
Yes,
my
that sounds
silver.
delightful.
Sure. How does in the next hour say to you?
It's rather short notice, but I can try to have everyone together for it.
All right, I'll be back in 1 hour. And Lute just walks outside, takes a left, and then sits down. Just immediately out of eye shot and just waits an hour.
He finds Markov's hammock and cocoons himself inside of it.
This man literally just walked outside and hit T.
He did. Oh,
yeah.
Skyrim.
That moment when a pop-up appears you can't wait while enemies are nearby.
Oh no!
Enemy probably wasn't in the house when Lute went to give the invitation. So
Yeah, you are still on the way. You're still...
yeah, Enemy might find Lute like on his way to Cray's house. Is Lute trying to conceal himself wherever he's sitting?
No.
Okay, then I would probably obviously see you.
Yes.
Okay. So Element walks towards Cray's house and sees you, he's going to go look your way and say, "Oh, Lute, what are you doing there?"
I'm inviting everyone to a tea house, and it's starting in an hour, so I'm going to just sit here for the next hour.
Element rubs the temple.
I need to step away for several minutes. Sorry.
You're good.
Element rubs his temple. You're inviting us over to a tea house?
Yes.
May I ask why?
I thought it would be a nice gesture.
I see. Okay, I do believe that I do believe that sounds like a good idea. Although, would it would it be okay if we did that later, by any chance? Because we actually had something planned after breakfast.
At breakfast or after breakfast?
After breakfast.
Okay. Another time then. I'll just go and I'll perform at a bar. Wait, no, it's morning. I'll perform at a breakfast bar.
Graham will see you and just like, oh wait, that's right. Graham saw you whenever. No, he wouldn't have. Never mind. Never mind.
I'll perform at a breakfast bar.
In the morning in taverns, I think.
We call those. We call breakfast bars restaurants, sir.
Actually, Lute, why don't you come with us? And the only reason why I'm asking this is because I might have somebody that might be able to help you with whatever you're feeling at the moment.
All right. If you insist.
Are you familiar with Malt, the giant turtle from the Celestia?
Yes, he was a good dancer.
Oh, that's right. You danced. That was quite a thing, if I be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's a bit of a sagely fellow. If you talk to him with whatever is on your mind, he might be able to help you.
So he's a genie.
I didn't say genie.
Oh, okay. And he winks.
And then blinks. What?
Oh, don't worry. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I see. Well, okay.
Winks again.
Let me rub his chin. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe it might be a good idea if we went ahead to visit him right now, you and I first before the others, because you can't exactly come with us since Nim doesn't want to be near you.
Hmm.
But we were planning to go there anyway, so I could take you there myself right now if you'd like.
Very well.
Okay. Just give me a moment to tell them about it. Enemy is proceeding to call Craig, but with the Marten phone.
You're outside Cray's house.
I know. I'm aware of that, but I'm doing it so because Elemi is living right now with Lute.
Right. Okay. Cray picks up the Marten phone.
Hey Craig, I'm going. You know our plans for today, right?
I know that we were going to go see Malt at some point today. Lute came by and said he wanted to treat us to breakfast and some tea.
What do you tell him about that?
I told him I would need to speak with everyone about it first, but it sounds like a kind gesture, and I'd assume we'd probably have time for both.
I see. Okay, I'm almost at your house. I might maybe would like to I'd like to discuss that with you guys then.
I'm almost at your house, standing outside.
Yes. Like I was, yes. Look, I'm saying this out of character. I was planning to leave right now, but I think this might be a discussion. But Elamin, once hearing that, he thought that this might be a discussion worth taking. So he decided that he's better off actually talking with you guys. Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll be there in a moment. And Elamin guys hangs up. Okay, change of plan. Let me talking to Lud again. It seems you already told Cray about your little invitation.
Yeah,
So
we could cancel.
I'm going to go ahead and discuss that with the guys for a moment. I'll see what happens. So just give me a bit.
All right, I guess I'll practice my moves while you're gone.
You still have to show me that your what you may call it, that mana ability that you talked to me about when we went out to eat.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we can do that later. I'll see you in a moment. And Elemi proceeds to head inside the house.
Cray, you're here so soon.
Graham shall wave at Element as he enters the door from the kitchen. Like, hi.
Elemi gives a wave back. Hello there. How are you feeling, Graham?
Pretty good.
Okay, that's good. That's great. And yeah, I was pretty close by. I just called on the Marten phone because I was thinking of something else, but then I decided against it. It's okay. So what's the plan right now?
The plan we discussed over the Marten phone?
Yes, but does everybody else knows about it?
As far as I'm aware, but we could make a call to be certain.
I mean, don't need to call when we're all right here.
Is everyone here?
Well, as far as I know, Corridan should be up in one of the rooms, and Cyrus.
Corridan's still in one of the rooms writing.
Yes.
Nim will be here, Graham will be here, and sadly Cyrus is AFK, so we just have to assume that he's here.
Right.
Yep.
All right, Cray will go ahead and gather everyone then.
So, everyone's going to Malt then, with Elemen and Lute arriving first.
No, we were going. Element went inside. Element went inside the house so that we discussed what you may call it, Lute's invitation.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, okay. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's together. So
Proceed then.
Mm-hmm.
as everyone's kind of brought together, he'll just gesture to Elemen. It's like, what
Yes.
did you were the one that wanted to discuss with everyone.
I mean that I thought we were going to discuss the invitation that Lute gave you, right?
Right. Lute wants to treat us all to some tea. I figured we could go do that before we went to see Malt.
Graham will just be like, "Ooh, I do like a good blood orange tea."
I don't have any specific preferences to these, although I guess that's because I don't drink it that much.
Ooh, chai is also good.
See, he's on board.
Okay. What? Do you have anything to say in that regard, Corridon?
Sounds like an interesting experience. I could use a break from the paperwork.
How is that paperwork going, by the way? How done are you with it?
Out of character, I have no idea. I think Cardan got halfway through it when he was at Element's house, and now he's been working on it here, so I assume it might be close to being done. If not done.
Alright. A call will start to ring on the phone. On your Marten phone.
On Corridan's Marten phone.
The group's Marten phone.
Ah.
Oh. Element blinks. Huh? Is Nim still AFK?
Yep.
I think so.
Alright, so just boop the nose.
Yeah, Graham shall boop the nose of his Marten.
Oop the snoot.
Wait, is Graham aware of the Marten phone?
Well, it is making noises in his head, so.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough. Elmin boots this.
Boop them snoops.
Boop dash no.
Okay, we boop the snoot. What happens
Yes.
next?
Alright. A very familiar voice speaks out. It's Merrick. Hey, so I was told there was something about tea, and I started making tea, but then he sort of left without really clarifying anything. Am I making tea, or is he around? Is he around there? Can I ask him?
Oh, you're talking about Lute. Lute
Yes.
is outside of where we are right now. So yeah, he is here, but he didn't mention you making tea. He said that he was inviting us to a tea house.
Oh. Okay. Oh. He's taking you to. Okay. Sure, I guess.
I mean, if we when to have tea in your house, I'd be kind of concerned of Eddie, even if you were the one that was making it.
Yeah, I get it. Nothing to be done for it, I guess. We're coming to visit, I guess.
Oh, you're
I'm coming over there.
Oh, you're coming too. Okay then.
Well, not a lot of work for today, so I figured I'd knock it out and then just be right there, you know.
Mhm.
Also, his adopted son has been put in danger
Yeah.
by the
He's
party
not
of Q9.
mentioning that. He's not.
I know. I just feel like Element should be like, yeah, you know what? He's
Like-
probably coming to protect Lute a little bit too.
Yeah, Element is thinking that, but he's not trying to admit those stuff to the phone, to the Marten.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna be there. 'Cause I'm just
Element gives the image of a thumbs up. Sounds like a good idea, honestly.
cool. Morat's coming with.
Sounds good.
Out of character again. Does Cordan hear all of this? Because I'm not sure if his paperwork is finished.
Why don't we check? Give me an intelligence roll.
Intelligence.
Ah.
It was nearly on a 20 and then it tipped over
That-
to 2.
That was tragically unfortunate. I also saw the 20 and I was about to very clearly say yes.
Both arms went up in the air and suddenly, oh.
How unfortunate.
Oh. Well. Cordan is just watching as Vaharu stands still and converses in his head for a few minutes, and turns back to his paperwork.
Yeah, it's me, Cray, Nim, and Graham that are speaking because I think we were all called, right?
Yeah, it was a group call.
Graham says hi to the mysterious voices he doesn't know.
Ah, the voices. They're back.
But if you don't have anything else to do, I guess we will see you later.
Yeah, see ya. And he is hung up.
Element rubs his chin. How? I do. It feels weird having someone like him as our friend or ally. It feels a little bit weird to me.
Why is that?
Well, I suppose it's not every day that you are friendly with it's not every day that you are a corner with a Demir. You know they mostly keep to themselves and inside their own guild.
Yes, I do know that.
Yes, exactly. So it feels a little bit bizarre to have a conversation on a Marten phone with him.
Yeah, you've probably spoken to more Demir in your life than you're aware of.
Hey, I want to roll something.
And then
I want to see if Graham sneaks up on Cray. He'd be like,
And then-
"You're Demir. That's cool."
But I didn't say that.
No.
It was heavily implied.
Graham is smart enough to put it two and two together. Like like whenever they don't, like, oh, it's weird to have Demir be our friend since they mostly keep to themselves. And then the Cray says, yes, I do know that. And the way that he says that, Graham's smart enough to realize what he was saying. And out of character, Graham is also not like, again, like he's just like not acknowledging things that he knows. He's still, deep down, he still knows that Cray's a Demir.
Fair enough.
But I'm assuming 11 does not work on
Truly,
sneaking on
this
Cray.
is the dankest dungeon.
Corbin Pro tipped $5.
Nice, nice.
Thank you,
That's
Corbin
tier 3.
Prower, with that tip of $5. It is
The next level
greatly
has been reached.
appreciated.
Oh, hi, Corbin.
Good to see him. Good to see.
It is indeed greatly appreciated. Zim is AFK at the moment. I'm sure he will thank you profusely once he returns.
Oh,
Yes.
without a doubt. Now,
Yes, thank you, Egg Marks.
Yeah, it does
is
feel.
the party moving together, or are they now waiting for their next set of guests?
Next set.
Morath and Merrick are coming.
All right.
Yeah, they said it over the Marten phone. It feels a bit awkward not having Sim name it in these conversations, because
Well, that's why other things are occurring. That's fine.
yeah, because I do think Nim will have things to say, but sadly Sim is AFK right now.
Yep.
AKA, we're trying to kind of
It doesn't
stall
take-
for time.
It doesn't
Yeah.
take too long before Lute spots a large shadow being cast across the lawn. As what looks to be
Alright,
a
I am back.
black manta ray.
Welcome back.
Good.
Corbin,
Yeah.
thank you very much for that donation. Your support is so very appreciated. Tier 3 has been
Yes.
completed. It is time for the final tier.
Time to duel.
Something to the effect.
I don't know where that is
As
from,
far
but
as the
okay.
tea house idea, like I sent to Digi, Nim is going to go, but
Suspicious.
is suspicious.
Suspicious.
For very good reason.
Oh yeah, no, for very good reason. But at
Oh,
least
yeah.
he's going and not biting.
Oh yeah, Element would imagine that Nim would be suspicious. It's not like Element is not 100% for the idea himself, but Element does want Lute to get into our good graces somehow. So Neo, your adopted father just suddenly dropped in front of you.
Yep, he is ridden in on a Gloamwing, and he's got your roommate.
Papa Merrick.
Ah, Lute, good to see you. So coincidentally, good to see you. How are you?
A little bored. I've been outside practicing my pirouettes for the past 15 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Great. I mean, well, not great, but it's so nice to hang out, I guess, outside of work.
Hmm. I hope to go to a fair with you someday.
Probably find a good place. I could
It must exist somewhere.
Yeah, so I hope you don't mind. We're gonna be tagging along for a while.
All right.
And so he'll go over to knock on the door.
Knock.
Hello, we're here.
I suppose Corridan might open the door if no one else is going to. Corridan stands and
No.
moves to the... No?
I mean, Prey would normally answer.
We were waiting for you to say something.
We were waiting for you
I'm-
to say something.
I'm sorry, you gave me like 3 seconds.
That was a
No,
longer
it
pause than
was
3
long.
seconds.
It was longer.
It was
than
3
that.
seconds on my end.
No.
How bad is your lag?
Are you hearing things delayed, Moriarty?
I'd assume so. Discord has a natural delay to it if you didn't know.
Ah, weird. Fair enough.
Not normally 10 seconds. Alright.
It wasn't 10 seconds.
Anyways.
Yeah, let's just move on.
The Gray opens the door.
Did
Hello?
Yep.
Testing.
Ah. Hello there. A cloaked figure with elven features is on the other side. Hello
Can I
there.
help you?
My name is Merrick.
Oh, hello, Merrick.
Good to see you. I don't believe we've been properly introduced to each other.
Have I not met Merrick?
I think you met him once. Because the first time the party encountered him, you were having your surgery. And then the second time was at the gathering.
Gotcha.
He's also the assassin that your mother dispatched to deal with Lute, and then Lute was adopted instead.
I still find that scene kind of hilarious.
It's like, okay, this is just too sad. I can't kill you. I need to adopt you.
Man, you are depressing. Come along with me, kid.
I'll give you something to live for. God damn.
I need people to have something to live for before I kill them. It's part of my credo.
Okay, so Element waves up Merrick, and then he's going to say to himself, "This still feels really awkward."
Yep. Man, I can't do it. I can't. This is wrong. So, I hear we're going to a tea house. Is that right?
That's what Lute said.
Great.
Yeah.
Hope you don't mind. Me and Morath are coming along as well. Not a lot to do today, so seems like it's as good a thing as any.
Well, we already discussed this over the Marten phone, so yeah, we're fine with it.
Great.
You don't mind this tea shop is a quite a nice one. It's a little bit big, but I figured for these number of people, it would have to be.
Sense.
They serve cookies and tea snacks, but don't expect too much of a meal unless you want to buy one of their cakes.
Curious.
Graham will just be like, cake is a meal?
It isn't good to eat cake in the morning.
Do they have carrot cake?
Well, do they?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes,
I
they serve
imagine.
it with chai tea.
Ooh. Get behind that.
Chai tea pairs well with the cinnamon in carrot cake.
Oh, it sounds good. How about you take us to it now? Then we do have something else to do afterwards.
All right. Everyone follow me, I guess. Taxi!
What's a taxi?
There are wagons to take the party
They
to
were
their
called
Here's
destination.
the real question, though. Do any of those still even run near Cray's house, given all the weird, bad shit that has happened near here?
Listen, they're just passing through. They don't need to worry.
Yes. They don't stop unless they're like waved down.
Oh God, we're in that neighborhood. Keep driving.
Fortunately.
Cray's house is the bad neighborhood.
There are also a lot of houses that are not occupied because Raylal owns like 5 of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a weird neighborhood now. It's a
This
weird.
neighborhood is like a ghost town.
I'm getting out of Dodge. This place isn't called Dodge. Shush.
Anyway, I guess since we can't hail a wagon,
You can.
okay,
One does stop for the group.
I'm going to flag down a wagon. Flag in the wagon.
And then we all shove in like it's a clown car.
I can get a second wagon. In fact, I do. I get a second wagon that we do technically still have to squeeze into because wagons aren't that big. Oh, am I describing the whole scene? All right. And we make our way off.
Yes, this was all.
Traversing the city, going the scenic route to the tea shop, going by the different brightly lit districts before going to a quaint, large tea shop by the name of Sally Forth.
Also, a quaint, large tea shop. Sound very funny.
It tries
It's
to
probably
look
in
like
terms
a
of decorations.
yeah, it tries to look like one of those smaller tea shops, but it can't hide the fact that it's just a giant one.
It has the
There's a lot
appeal
of
of
ornaments, curtains on the wall, carpeted floor.
It has the appeal. It has the appeal of the of a actual like small, quaint little tea shop, but the size to like make a business.
It's a tea shop with ideas of grandeur.
So, I invite everyone inside. The tables are well varnished. The carpeting is on point. Wall-to-wall carpeting, all the rage in this part of town. And almost like and lanterns set up throughout to make the skyline look bright. The tea selections there's dozens upon dozens of them, as well as like almost like a dessert buffet set forth with cookies and cakes and other delicious meals that one might have with tea.
Pretty good
And
at this.
yeah, as Lute sits everyone down, the large, surly owner gets up and says, hello and welcome to Sally Forth Tea Shop. I'll be your emissary to
This is more than I dared hope for.
I love this. This is great.
this wonderful world of tea of ours. Just fill out this personality quiz as well as preferences and food allergies, and I'll be back with your teas. Until then, here's a complimentary cookies.
Why is this guy sounding like that secretary from Monsters Inc?
It's actually a female.
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
Always watching.
You're pretty good.
Just delightful.
You're pretty good at describing things, Neo.
Thank you.
He is.
Yeah, it's almost like I tried to be a DM at one point.
He's decent at it. When he doesn't, forget that other people
Panic.
don't know rules that he came up with.
Pat.
Anyway, let's not linger on that topic. Back to a personality quiz and complimentary cookies.
Oh, cookie.
The person
Graham shall fill out this personality quiz while munching on said cookie. He's just whistling nonchalantly between bites of cookie.
All right.
Elaming is looking at the way Graham is acting, and he can't help but tell to himself, this feels awkward. Even more awkward than when Merrick showed up at Craig's door.
Merrick just shrugs as he is with you, and that's like, I'm right here, my guy.
I know. I'm sorry. Oh.
Rage Against the Machine.
I'm sorry. This is just a very strange situation to be in for me. Even more so than usual.
Fair enough. I'll accept it. I'm not normally someone who joins people to go to a tea house.
I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
All right, still a little rude.
I apologize though. I don't mean to be rude. I'm just a little bit stressed.
Yeah. I have to say, I've never been to one where they asked me to do papers before I could have my tea. Much less not order my tea, but I have to admit, this is novel.
It's part of their partial fortune-telling shtick that they'll give you the perfect tea to match your personality.
Well,
If Graham was normal, he would have burned the personality quiz.
If we came here on the weekend, they actually bring over a fortune teller who will tell your fortune by what is left over of your tea.
Graham would be like, I can tell you your future. Your future is to make everything more awkward than it needs to be.
welcome back, Rob.
Yes,
Well,
welcome back.
Well,
I've had to close stream. I think it's too much for my laptop.
Well, if they give you a tea for you, depending on what you answer here, I might as well fill this thing out since I don't really know teas myself.
I'm just gonna assume everyone's filling them out, and since I'm still
Yep.
describing the scene, mysteriously, and you're not sure how, they seem to bring a combination of tea and sweets that seem to be exactly what you would kind of want out of this situation.
This tea shop is excellent at profiling. They'd make excellent Boros.
Oh,
I
maybe
do
it's
not
I feel like
apologize.
I feel like that would be more of an Azurius or a Demir thing than a Boros thing. I feel like Boros are more of the you're bad. I'm going to punch you now.
I mean, it could happen at the Boros, but you're right. It is something that will be more at home with the Azorius.
Fair enough.
Graham
Still-
gets a big slab of carrot cake with tons of frosting.
Hey.
It would probably not have that much frosting.
All right.
With extra carrots.
All right. What would everyone else ideally get then, if you might describe your own tea and snack preference?
Mm,
Trey would get a black tea that has a little bit of milk.
Ooh.
Element will probably get something that will be citrus related.
A fruit tea then.
Mhm.
All right.
Cordan would probably ask Element, what is the word for that flavor I like again?
Lemon.
You,
You get a
you
bitter
like
lemon.
sour.
It was sour, yes.
If there is anything sour, I will have that then.
Right, I will look that up.
I don't know if
Nim
there's
is kinda
such a thing as a
looking-
sour tea.
There's bitter teas, but I don't think there is a sour one.
Sour
Actually-
cherry teas.
I do have a lemonish, a more lemon tea. That does have a bit of sourness to it. Not as strong as what Corridan's gonna want, but
I mean, we take we take
I'm
what we can
pretty sure
get.
what Cordan wants would be sour enough to like melt through the cup, but there we go.
Sour tea is also known as hibiscus tea.
Oh,
hibiscus is
Cor-
definitely not sour.
I don't know why. It might be a type of hibiscus.
I feel like Corridan's idea of like the appropriate amount of sour is like, you know, in
cup of
cartoons when
lime
like someone
juice.
where someone eat something sour and their face basically implodes.
yes.
Cordan's version of sour is when someone asks for the sugar and just like takes out a scoop and then dumps the bowl in there. It's the opposite of it's that but with sour.
All right.
I don't
So,
know what they do.
Cordon, you get a cup of lime juice.
they brewed your tea in like lime juice.
There's tea somewhere in there, but it's 80% lime juice.
They steeped it in lime juice.
This is what your personality quiz has brought them to. The waiter's hand quivers.
Cordan accepts this gratefully.
Nim just doesn't fill it out because, well, while he does have the ability to write now, he doesn't want to. And he'll just hold up his paws.
It reminds him of school.
Exactly.
And was he thinking of anything?
Yeah, how
Wolstein!
he doesn't want to
There
fill out
he
the
is.
form.
I was about to go, who the fuck just joined? Because I didn't recognize your profile picture.
Yeah. So
Hello
what
there,
would
Woe.
Oh no!
So what would be the perfect too cool for school tea?
Soda.
Yeah, perfect. They bring him a can of soda.
I hope Digi's okay. He just showed up for a moment.
Yeah.
Digi is just okay.
No,
He's
Woe
been here the
appeared and
entire
then-
time.
Well, I meant
Whoa,
Whoa. Sorry.
appeared.
Whoa. I'm sorry.
One is big dragon, one is small burb.
I apologize. Burp.
Herb.
Whoa!
Burb.
We are currently at a tea house with Lute.
Excellent.
Has he said anything?
No.
No. If you are speaking, we cannot hear you. It was just unmuted. I have a feeling he's just
I
turned his
apologize
for
microphone.
being
Oh,
interrupted.
there he is. We hear you.
Anywho, heck, blank. Sorry. And for the sake of simplicity, Cirrus of a green tea, then.
A cup is placed down on an empty chair at your table, and Cirrus just shuffles in.
Shuffle. Cirrus uncloaks and appears.
Yes, that. I'll accept that as well.
He has a stealth ability that makes him basically invisible.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do you accept that as your introduction?
Why not? It'll save you guys on having to explain things to me in a bit, then.
The group is surprised, but you are here now. Even Merrick's like, what? Wait, was he? Did you? He looks around like wanting an explanation.
Apologies, just was a little preoccupied and was uncertain what was occurring. But it looks like everything's peaceful enough, so pardon the surprise.
No worries. We're in the middle of having a breakfast tea that Lute invited us. I'm saying this out of character.
Considering the fact that Woe entered with explaining what kind of tea he's ordering, I think he might know.
Fair enough.
Tea house time.
Well, it was either that or the joking remark I threw in Guild Tales D&D chat. If that is acceptable.
He gets a dirty tea. He gets a chai tea, but it's filled with coffee.
Oof. Heresy.
It's called a chai latte. People do it all the time.
That said, I won't go by that one anymore because I will stick with just simple licorice then, because I always like licorice anyways. Good fallback. That or something else.
How was your orders? I assume they were all right.
Actually delicious.
Good.
This is quite nice.
We are here to please.
So Graham will be like, so what are we celebrating?
I do not know.
Mm,
I guess the only thing I'd celebrate is I have a new mana ability.
Congratulations.
Fantastic.
Oh, marvelous.
Oh, you've gotten your second awakening?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Who helped you?
Oz? Well, no.
No, Pluto.
Pluto.
Oh.
I'm going to say that was in character.
They're basically the only two ensemble members you've spent any amount of time with, so it's probably acceptable to get them confused.
So yes, I awakened my second ability, eat up and drink up.
Well then.
Graham just
Merrick
kind of does like
himself.
a little fist pump, like, yes, I knew we were celebrating something because of the fancy place.
Curiously enough, Merrick himself has a mint tea and sugar cookies. Don't judge me. It's what they serve.
It's what they served. They basically read your mind to know what your perfect tea is. But they gave this to me.
Yeah,
This is
you
my
know-
doing.
Wolstein does
I
bring up a good point in chat. Why don't you go ahead and do your introduction real quick?
Oh, no worries. I didn't want to interrupt, but that said, with this case, I'm Wolstein. I'm Sirs here, the Owlin, also multi-classing as a hunter ranger and a circle sports druid. Do carry on.
Lovely introduction. Brings us all up to speed. Morath, however, he ends up with a green tea and brownies.
Normal
A curious
brownies?
combination, but it's what he got. However, the brownies all but vanish from his plate.
Do you mean he eats them that fast, or they just evaporate?
He has put one hand to a side of the plate and just horfed them instantly.
You can see him struggling to chew the brownies, as his mouth is literally stuffed completely full of them.
A kobold is not one to back down from a challenge.
He didn't actually chew the brownies, he just kind of ducked them.
I've inhaled the.
It's like the Kirby sound that.
I also accept this headcanon.
And Graham shall politely enjoy his tea.
Oh, and also is just sleeve in hood, and is just slurp, slurp, slurp.
So what do I owe for this extravagant meal?
And by meal,
5
you mean tea.
million platinum.
I'm gonna say 20. I'm gonna say 2 platinum.
That's an absurd amount of money, my friend.
That is a lot.
It is. However, at the same time, he did say that this was like the fanciest place that he could find.
True. They did basically like basically mind raiding you as part of their service.
I didn't even fill out papers. I just appeared and got tea, so.
I'd probably say it's around that cost, yeah.
Yeah, it seemed reasonable to me. You have gotten sweets to your preference along with a matching tea.
Plus, there's 9 people here, so like that's just that's nearly 2 gold per person.
That's fair. So when you say it like that, that sounds way more reasonable. But still like extravagant for tea.
Yeah.
Gray would probably know this is, all things considered, completely reasonable.
Listen, do you understand how expensive it is to get someone to read your mind as a day job?
Fantastic.
Like, I have people whose job it is to do it, and they hardly follow through. Remember all those times I tried to wipe your memories? Yeah. I'm not saying that one in character.
Oh my gosh, I just realized this place is just a front for the Demir.
Probably.
I can believe that.
I'm not gonna lie. That was what as soon as you mentioned like the personality quiz thing, I was just like, is this like a Demir thing?
Probably. That's why Merrick's so comfortable here. Is like, oh yeah, oh, it's them. Hey, the fuck? What the oh, I guess I can't pull a fast one on you then.
I know these guys from work.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta try and control my laughter. I may be laughing too loudly.
Uh-oh.
Well, as long as they don't dig too deep, then. I can't imagine that they want to see everything. But it is pleasant nonetheless. I don't mind it.
They'll just read your mind and say it was the personality quiz.
Well, like I said, I came in without having done anything, so yes.
Yep.
I imagine they wouldn't want to look too far into Corridan's head either.
The curiosity bites them hard.
Well, while we're here celebrating, might I ask what the ability is?
Oh, it's the... I wonder what I called it. Oh, I just called it Might and Magic. I'll say it's called the Confluence of Might and Magic.
Sounds cool. Let's do.
All right. Pardon, declaring something that you've named doesn't. Perhaps we can see more later then.
Sure.
I imagine it's something that can't be used in here then.
I mean, it could. It just wouldn't notice anything.
Oh, all right. Fair enough then.
Graham still believing that Lute is a Ashfell.
But I'm wearing something completely different now.
It doesn't matter. You introduced. He hasn't met you since the brain splitting. So to him, you're still Noir Ashfell.
I need to get better disguises.
How'd you know it was me? It is you. You're just wearing different clothes.
And dyed your hair pink and put in red or brown. No, actually, no. I also have red eyes.
Would you still have? Actually, that's a good point.
Yeah, I think I also have red eyes.
Let's
I
check character
mean, yeah, you could check your character thing to see that.
Yeah.
Let's see, what did you put on your sheet? Yes, you specified red eyes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Also, I don't think fur dye tends to like leave that quickly. It's only been what, like a day?
We got magic. We don't care.
Fair. If you magically remove the dye, then Graham might not recognize you. Let me roll for this.
I'm just fine with you recognizing him anyway.
Graham, I feel like would be like, huh, you familiar.
You're the only bunny I know, so you must be the same one.
Profiling, but also not incorrect.
I see.
But I mean, I could describe it.
By all means, describe away.
All right. You know how I'm somewhat magical. I express it through my dance, though I don't have spells. So I let my mana run wild, and I focus it either inward to my physical abilities or outward into pure magical abilities. Shifting around what I can do.
That's cool.
Thank you.
I'll be curious to see what that does later, but for now, this is celebration times, I believe, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Most intriguing.
And the tea is enjoyed.
It is.
And the tea is enjoyed.
I'm back again.
Hello.
Oh.
Calcer. A second plate is put in front of Element, so they're not really sure why.
Element tilts his head. Huh?
A tiny, desperate clawed hand reaches from your bag.
For some reason, it's all even the teacup is tiny.
Element blinks. Huh?
If
Element gives Calcer the tea.
Invented, like it is pulled into your bag, and eventually an empty cup is tossed out.
I think at this point, Lute is catching on to the fact that this might be a Demir front. I thought I knew it from somewhere. I must have got it from one of the Demir clients.
I will say that Lute probably wouldn't have ever known if he had Demir clients or not.
This is true. And if he did, they were not doing their job.
Very bad Demir.
To be fair, they could be agents from your mom, considering how incompetent they have shown to be thus far.
Yes.
Yeah, we've kind of seen a lot of Demir who are like, boo, we're Demir, and we're here to do stuff to.
True, but usually they expect to accomplish their goals whenever they do that.
Yeah,
Usually the
they
demeanor
basically
are.
assume it's a shoe-in by that point, and they can have a little fun with this.
Yeah, usually they're.
We can be dramatic now. I've been suppressing this urge forever.
Dramatic flair.
I'm going to monologue.
The downfall of every attempted demeanor. Trainee, anyway.
Whenever they give a like evil villain type monologue to their victims.
We've been stuck in this tea house for a while.
I imagine you're all enjoying your things, and I was expecting there might be a little more conversation, but I don't mind a quiet moment either. After all, that's a rare thing with this group, as it seems.
Yeah, we're unusually getting along, and no one's hit each other yet.
That seems like a really weird and stupid thing to do if you're friends.
Merrick like shrugged a little bit. It's like, well,
it would be.
Yeah, well, obviously, don't do that. Clearly,
friends wouldn't do that to other friends. Wink, wonk.
Oh.
Corridan does not understand the sarcasm.
Oh dear.
I mean, every once in a while, friends fight. Just when it happens, make sure to be well armed.
Did I miss something
I don't know.
again?
That doesn't sound right.
yes, I agree, small rabbit, whom I have never met before.
Why are you saying it like that? It sounds weird.
I don't know. You look like someone I knew before, but you're very different. Your family. You must have a big family, right?
I do.
Ah, I must be thinking of one of them then.
And I mean, he's going to say this to himself again. This is awkward.
Certainly so. I'm
Morat
still over here
still
wondering what it
desperately
is.
chewing upon his brownies.
I don't know what snack Corridan got, but Corridan is nibbling on it.
Probably lemon peel, candied lemon peel.
Let me finish drinking.
Minus the candy. Minus the candy.
I feel like he got like warheads or something like that, or like
some like irradiated refuse from the is it
no, I've never had that candy before. The warheads.
Those things. Okay, yeah, I see. Give me a moment.
I thought
so. I've never had them in real life. I've seen them. That is not my thing.
Element finishes drinking up his citrus tea.
You know, if you eat too many of those, they will literally like burn a hole in your cheek.
Oh no!
How
because they're acid.
I know.
The only other thing I know that's really sour that they would probably have, other than warheads, is pickled plums.
They wouldn't have warheads because that's like a real life thing. Just saying.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm saying like something similar to that.
Yeah, one of those candies you give kids, and kids are like, "Yeah, I'm tougher than you. Look, I'll eat this." And
then their face implodes.
And then they go,
I'm just imagining some master confectioner in the back just making all of this. But no snacks for sirs.
They want what?
See, what we don't realize is that this restaurant is secretly attached to the restaurant that Nim works at with like secret underground tunnels.
What you don't realize is that Raylel is here part-time. Finally, a challenge. But yes, probably pickled plums. Literally the most sour thing I can think of.
Literally.
Yeah, I've never had any. I just know they're
Pickled
notoriously
lemons.
sour.
Oh my god.
Not even a thing.
No, I doubt it.
I'm sure someone's attempted it at some point and then destroyed all evidence after the fact.
Oh, if it can be done, someone's probably done it. But that
Yeah.
doesn't make it that doesn't mean that it will survive long enough to be a thing.
Yeah.
Jerky, lemon jerky.
What?
I'm just thinking now. Don't mind me.
You say lemon jerky?
Yes.
I did
He
hear.
did.
He did say that. Yes.
But yes, I feel like we are getting sidetracked again, and we need to get back on the tracks.
Yes.
Right.
It happens a lot. It's okay.
This is fine. Anyway. Anything else to do while at the tea house, or just have an enjoyable time? Perhaps conversing with one another.
Yeah.
So, Nim, I've noticed that you seem rather calm today.
You also noticed that he actually never got a tea, as far as I know.
No, he got a soda.
Oh right, a soda. Never mind. But you did notice that he didn't fill out the thing.
Yeah.
Did he actually get a soda?
Yeah, it was too cool for school.
I that was a joke on my end.
He got a carbonated tea.
Did he really?
I doubt that.
Is that a thing? That would be cool.
Again, if it can be done, it is a thing to at least someone, or was a thing to someone.
Oh, they're called sparkling teas. So, yeah, he gets a sparkling tea.
Anyway.
So, yeah, Nim, I notice you're in good mood today.
I mean, I often am.
So it's just when we're near each other.
Well,
Graham will
it's
just be
more
like,
specifically.
I don't know. He seems a little grumpy.
It's more specifically when my friends are threatened that I'm not happy.
Yeah. That would bum me out too.
That would burn out anyone. To be fair, if they were actual friends.
I do apologize for the misunderstanding, but you did disguise yourself as an Ashfell, and well, we're trying to... Then he kind of trails off, but gives a pointed look over towards Graham.
Yes.
Oh no, it's fine.
That was you?
It's fine. It's a compliment to my wonderful skill in disguise.
Nim can only recognize people through their scent. He literally couldn't tell it was you.
He honestly sounds like he's partially blind. Did you get his vision checked? Or Nim, did you get your vision checked?
No, it's not that.
I can identify people through things other than smell. It's just far easier.
I mean, fair, but you don't usually do that. Like, when it, like you can't recognize you sometimes you can't recognize our voices when we're talking to the Marten phone.
Well, that's all in my head.
So you can't recognize other creatures' voices.
The voices are different.
All races see things differently.
Graham will be poking Lute.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Actually, that does bring me a question. Are the voices transmitted into our heads from the Marten phone different than our actual voices?
Ow.
I wouldn't imagine not, unless the voice in your head is different.
Ow.
Unless it's the voice
Actually-
that you hear, unless it's how you hear your voice and not how other people hear your voice.
That is
That's
how
possible,
it would be.
actually. That is possible, actually. Okay, fair enough. Well, Element wouldn't be aware of that.
I mean, it's
Probably.
literally your thoughts that are being transmitted, so...
Unless you have a very particular way of speaking and thinking that someone could potentially link together, I imagine it would be quite hard.
Frey somehow sounds more refined.
Okay, fair enough.
He has a British accent. Only in his head.
Okay, fair enough. He would still ask that question because he isn't aware of the inner workings of the phone. So
Well, you sound different through in my head than you do, than you
Really?
do talking to me.
Really? I never noticed that with any of you guys. That's interesting.
No,
I
it's
guess
just a small one.
I guess that's
Nim-
fair enough.
Nim is going to use his telepathy to send over what Element sounds like to him.
What do I sound like? What does Element sound like to Nim?
I don't
Basically,
know if I'm going...
imagine like you know how there's a difference between whenever you hear like a recording of yourself versus like how you actually hear your voice. That's the difference you're hearing.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm painfully aware of that.
It'd be like a little bit more like instead of that, you'd be more like this.
Oh yeah, no, don't worry. I am painfully aware of the concept. It's just Element isn't.
Yeah, because Element doesn't have a recording of himself.
Yes. Element blinks.
You're just hearing a dissonance as you hear yourself through your own hearing and an off-key sense of self that is also saying the same.
Element blinks. That how I sound like? That is not what I hear when I'm listening to my own voice, and that's how I'm talking. What the heck?
Element, no, that's not what I sound like. Stop.
That's exactly how you sound like to me. At least when you speak.
I must admit I am curious.
Nim will all use his telepathy to send how everybody sounds to each of them in turn.
Lute's already.
Graham is not really interested in that at the moment. He's just staring at Lute.
Ow! 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 Ow!
He's like, are you one of the Blood Moon ones? And you just haven't been doing things for a while. Is that why you're pink?
Oh my god. It's, sure.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's also why my eyes turned fully red instead of just pink.
That's funny.
And I get nosebleeds.
So, is there something that I'm missing here, or was this genuinely just to celebrate the mana?
No, it was to It was to try to send
Is the
another olive branch to you.
Why would
I'm-
you send a
I'm-
branch?
They mean a peace offering, but nonetheless, I'm not fair.
I mean, it was enjoyable.
Oh no, it's pleasant enough, and I think I have a sense of what's on. I'm not sure. Did I miss something? I went up to help with Cordon and them. Heard you guys make some noise, and no one said there's a problem. So was there something that I missed last night?
Oh, Graham will also look at Cyrus. Oh, did you get the thing I asked that that I asked you to buy for me?
Oh yeah.
Let me double check if I had the notes in here somewhere.
Oh, yeah,
good,
so.
My good friend Noir Ashfell was attacked.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about, sirs, and we're actually after our little get together here, we're actually about to head towards somebody that might help us with the problem.
Alrighty, and that said, yes, I did pick up the incense and thurible. And Cyrus will take a moment digging through a satchel for and procuring for that and handing over.
Oh, thank you.
Apologies, I'm not getting it to you sooner. There was just other requests before I got to you, so no worries, though. All right, good to know that we have something in mind at least. I imagine everyone's about done by this point, unless there's some more to discuss.
I would say the only thing weird about this thing that you would notice, besides that it seems to be like made of silver, would be that there's an incense burner on one end of the chain and a dagger on the other.
Fair enough, it was picked up out of the Orzhov area, so I figured it would be within reason enough.
Makes sense to me.
Plus, quite fitting, anywho. So, I imagine we shall be off shortly then.
Element nuts.
Alrighty, I'll follow with all of you for a bit. Oh, I also don't think I've gotten to meet you yet. Gesturing to the ones that came with Lute. For Morath and them?
Oh, well. I suppose I should make proper introductions. I was a former Spectre for the Demir. I have, due to fallings out with my superiors and improperly done assignments, I have been demoted.
I'm surprised you're talking about this out loud.
I mean, I don't mind too much. We have a few tricks. You may not
you don't mind
you
too
may not
much,
be able
but
to
I'm
tell, but I have cast, one of my abilities, and he's going to raise a hand. I can make a dome of silence.
Oh.
See, I do like to talk to people, as you might imagine. That, and I was also a trainer before my promotion, or before I became a Spectre, in charge of helping others become a little bit more proficient with assassinations. So I needed to be able to set up an area where where noise would stop after a certain range.
Understandable.
That is a very useful. That is a very useful ability for somebody for somebody for somebody in your position. Suppose.
I mean, I didn't start with it, but I renegotiated rather after I figured out what I had was not the most suitable for me.
Fair enough. Then, I do apologize, but are you here with someone then? Or at the very least, is there some, pardon, I'm just trying to understand, I've only seen this group here for the most part, gesturing over to the party. And, I was just curious is all. Apologies.
Oh, well, he's going to reach over to Lute. This is my adopted son.
Oh.
Hello.
Morath pokes his head back above the table and drains his teacup. Oh. Whew. Anyway. Hi, I'm Morath. I'm this guy's roomie, and I was these guys' first employer. Now I'm kind of working with them.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. You were the ones back with the, right. The lady with the shotgun. Right.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of things have we done for people? What good deeds have we done for people?
We found, let me tell you, they found a guy that was sending guild newbies out to be ambushed by thugs. They stopped that guy. They got him in jail.
That's good.
Yeah, it's real good.
See, we're good people.
Yeah, these are our 2 good deeds.
You didn't seem like
there's more.
Seem like good
You
people.
stopped. These guys also stopped an illegal Simic auction that was basically selling chimeras to the highest bidder.
That is also good.
Yeah,
Yes.
see, this group does good things.
They were doing so illegally.
No. Well, yeah, yes, they were selling them illegally, and there was a Simic doctor that was messing with people's memories that these people also stopped.
I thought they recruited him.
No.
Oh, that's a different doctor.
No. Ruin Sybil Card is the guy that they sort of recruited, and he wasn't doing anything wrong. He was just a little eccentric. There was another Simic scientist that was messing with a jelly-like crystal that, when energy was put through it, could fiddle with people's memories or just scramble them entirely.
Hello. It was.
Dang. These guys keep saying my memories are messed up, but I don't believe them.
Well, you don't remember me, so something's a little bit off. But no matter.
That guy was named Corpse, and he is better now. But he also killed the scientist.
Oh.
Hello.
He keeps saying hello in a very specific manner.
Yeah, but I was actually about to ask because I couldn't remember if that scientist was dead. But yeah, he is dead.
We killed a man.
Yeah, we have done quite a few good deeds now that you listed them in order.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, see?
Most admirable.
So, judging by the vagueness, you're an associate with one of the party. I'll go by that then.
Yes, I am.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, once we're done here, we're gonna head over to visit our friend Malt, because he might be able to help us with our little issue right now.
Ah, all right, and excellent. Well, I don't believe I've got anything more to say at the moment. Shall we? I suppose we shall be off then?
Yep.
Yes, we're
You
meeting a Malt.
I remember who Malt is. There's the big, large turtle fellow, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Good. More
He
than
does
I
not
thought.
remember Malt, though.
Yeah,
Also-
Grandma would never be like, we remember Malt. He'll just like shrug.
Also, we are coming up at 10 p.m. Central.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Who is still available to continue going?
I am.
I am.
Uh,
I was
I'm a little
thinking
somnambulent.
another hour tops.
I accept.
Okay.
We will likely end during Malt's conversation, but that will be fine.
All right. So
Yeah, that sounds good.
Cyrus, are you
As it will
available?
remain a low action point.
Yes, I will be available.
Graham, are you
what
good
about you?
for another hour? Eisen,
Yes.
are
I'm
you
good for
available another hour?
Yes.
Corridan, are you available another hour?
I am indeed.
Lute, are you?
I'm getting a little somnambulent.
He took a new medication, and it is having effects.
So are you wanting to end now?
You can continue without me.
We will not be continuing without anyone.
We'd like to stay together as much as we can so we can also have a post-game talk to discuss our feelings.
Sorry.
Rather, we will not be continuing without you and a couple others here specifically. Because there are currently problems with, Lute and the group and Graham with the group. Like, if Corridan needed to drop out, then okay, fine. But... Well, you're not really involved in particularly necessary to the current story, but Lute and Graham are.
Fair, but still.
Anyway, so yeah, no, I need to have some sleep. And,
Then
Well,
for now.
I don't mind bringing it to a stop here.
I suppose with this... Well, let me ask you this, Digi. Were you planning anything involving Lute and Malt, specifically?
Nothing that I think would be incredibly major, but he would talk about him being a blood doll and what that might entail for his future.
Well, since you said we would be interrupting the conversation midway, I think we would probably address Graham first, and then next session we could start with Lute in that conversation.
I think
so we could
that
go
seems
one
reasonable.
more hour.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, thank you for letting me off the hook.
Cray, are you good to another hour, though?
Yeah.
And Element?
Yes, I can stay for another hour.
All right. Well, let's continue. Off to Malt!
To the Selesnya. Unless I have that wrong.
No, yes, Selesnya is right.
Yay.
It is indeed within the Selesnya.
And Graham is like, ooh, I like this place. There's a lot of trees.
Indeed, there seems to be a lot of life, and some people wave at you as you are a known figure to them.
Graham will be like, that's weird. But he'll
People
wave back
waving
to
to you
them
is weird.
happily.
Well,
No, like the
being friendly and
recognition that
seemingly
they seem to have.
recognized. Yeah.
But he'll wave back to them regardless. It's just like,
They're being friendly.
yeah.
They're very friendly here.
Yep, they are familiar with the group and party, I believe, so that's fair enough.
Cool. Graham is technically a Selesnya too.
Yeah. If
Ah, right.
And you make your way through the forest to a clearing where a large stone turtle is sitting. Oh, you're back already.
Graham will run up and just run circles around Maul. Like, wow, you're really, really big.
He's like trying to follow you, but his like neck won't turn fast enough. Like, where is he? What? Where did he go?
How do you get so big?
I get very old.
Ah, so they don't recognize you either. Alrighty then.
Is that why you're made of stone? Are you fossilized?
I might have petrified at some point, but the trees on my back are very well. But hold on, could someone check?
Okay, so this is the reason why we have come to you today, right now, Malt.
I don't know. I'd say he seems very vibrant right now, actually.
He doesn't recognize you.
They didn't recognize me either.
He doesn't recognize any of us, actually.
Oh, that. I see.
Which may explain the vibrancy, but either way.
Hey.
If he could one of you make him sit down?
Graham, could you remain still for a moment? We need Malt to see you.
Ah, okay, sure. And Graham will stop his inspection of the massive rock turtle.
Ooh. Oh, okay, let's get a look at you. And he stares at Graham. Oh? What's this? Why do you only have one color on you right now? Where's your?
I don't know.
Your mana. Huh. Well, that is peculiar.
Maybe that's why I don't have a lot of spells.
Yes, that's...
Oh well, it seems pretty normal to me, so...
Ah.
So, what's the last thing you remember?
I mean, in what regard? I remember a lot of things, like my entire life.
How about the earliest thing this week? This seems fresh. If I were to put a word to it.
And he will describe some kind of Orzhov service.
Huh. All right. And keep going.
And then he'll basically keep going until waking up being carried by Volkos.
Well, that sounds like you've had quite the adventure.
I know. I'm just some low-level cleric. This is very interesting stuff these people like to talk about.
Yes. All right. So, the rest of you. Wait, hold on. And he leans in a little closer as if just spotting something. Oh. Hello there. Do you have any voices in your head?
Well, there is the Marten things.
Anything else? Like another you that says things in a voice that sounds similar but not quite you?
He'll think for a moment and be like, nope.
Ah, I see. Fair enough then, fair enough. And he'll turn to the rest of the party. I might have a diagnosis.
What is wrong with him, Doc?
It's not really what's wrong with him, but I've spotted his patrons.
I knew it was Warlock shenanigans. Well, it was pretty much told to us, but still.
Yes. Anyway, Graham isn't gone, so to say. He's just in the middle of their little dispute, and it seems to have ended up with him being split between his mana, white and black.
Oh.
Ah, okay.
This is the white side. And how to describe this? All of his violent tendencies have gone towards the black side, but Graham is still existent as a third party out of at the back of his own mind.
That sounds horrifying.
So this is not their normal state of being. Like this friendly one is not the normal one, and the big angry one isn't the other one?
I don't know what the black side would be like if it were provoked. I would
big angry rabbit form. They'd shown it when we were when I first went with them. Very, very hostile, very aggressive, and very much intending to kill, but for some reason just didn't on the last one.
See. Anyway.
So I'm not sure.
Graham was just like, ooh, I know. Those are were-rabbits.
Oh. Is that
is that your other shape? Okay. Good to have a name for that.
Well, now we know.
But I am definitely not one of those.
Is that even further back for you then? Okay.
You are an Ashfell, correct? I feel like I've asked this before, but it's good to be sure. Great.
Yes.
Your family has a long history.
Indeed,
Did
we
they
do.
ever tell you about it?
I've been told some of it.
Your family is the protectors of the Orzhov. Well, they fight battles that are best kept from the public eye. Have they told you about that?
I mean, they've never given any kind of specifics, but I've been told we do help the Orzhov a lot.
Oh, there's so much more to it. You see, there are dangerous things in the city, some of which are made by accident, because not everyone has a very good life, or a very strong set of goals. Your family, at least when I was walking around in the city, were a sort that were more specialized towards one particular type of darkness that could appear anywhere in the city. Mana corruption.
Ooh.
Your family were specialized to fight against them using very specialized assassination techniques and mana. You also helped out in cases, or in other cases that would warrant an equal amount of, well, danger. The
That sounds
legends that
important.
I heard were the first two patrons were actually the founders of the family that ascended toward the end of their lifespans and watched over their descendants ever since.
That sounds lovely.
Yes.
It's like having a great, and then they'll just keep going for a while.
Well, this
Right.
is the first. Well, this is the first time I've heard this. The Ashfell haven't really been seeing a favorable light to us this entire time.
Well, I'm not familiar with how things are right now, but I could tell you tales and tales of how this city used to be.
Oh, that is true. You are from way back when. I suppose things could be different now. That's true.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, I think my family's pretty nice, so.
Right. Of course.
Do you see what why we're concerned right now?
Well, I am noticing a curse, a very particular curse. But the interesting thing, at least that I see, the bad effects seem to be more, the bad things that would happen seem more side effects.
Oh?
He is certainly compelled to fight as much as possible, but I can get a little intention, I believe is the right word. Like, since it's still active, I can study it a little bit more. I think they're just trying to. Graham, could you think about your family just a little more right now?
I guess.
Wait, who in your family do you really know? Is there anyone like that?
I know my dad pretty well. He's busy a lot though, so.
Ooh, yes. His eyes sparkle as if that got some kind of reaction. Yes, your father then. Think of your father.
And Graham shall do so.
Interesting. So that's where it originated. Okay. So I have a little more information. I don't know if this is going to be relevant to you, or if this is me getting off topic, but I feel this may need some explanation. This curse here on Graham seems to be on every descendant and every Ashfell that is currently existing. It will compel them to fight and hold things close to the chest. Insults towards the family. Basically, it encourages combat in any fashion, any hostilities. to promote growth, I think is the intention.
Promote growth. That sounds like a bit. I guess if you want to make a killing machine, that sounds like a good idea.
Get as much fighting experience as you can in the shortest amount of time. And these symptoms are alleviable, probably by the other family.
You mean the Snowfalls?
That's the one.
We have an acquaintance from the Snowfalls.
Okay.
She told us a bit of what's going on with Graham, but we didn't have. She wasn't able to tell us a lot of details. She didn't know.
Eleanor is a very nice rabbit.
Mhm.
Ah, how good. Anyway. Well, I don't know what's going on exactly, but this is what I've learned. The curse, the one casting it, however, is your father, and he's holding it.
Oh, this explains some things.
This explains some things indeed.
I don't know. That seems a little mean for my dad.
Perhaps he just wants you to be the best Ashfell in the shortest amount of time?
I mean,
It's
I
like
don't really
a
feel
competition.
inclined to fight, though, so maybe he just didn't curse me.
It does seem tied to your black mana specifically, so yes, it's not affecting you. Not at all, actually. Not right now.
That explains a lot. But that means if the black mana takes over, he'd basically have no control over himself.
Not very likely. But anyway, the reason, what I learned about what you originally came here for. Graham is still there, the one you knew previously. He's, well, he has to spectate in some dark corner of the mind, but he's not gone.
Well, that is good to know, but at the same time, that sounds horrifying.
I can't imagine it's very pleasant. But
Bram will interrupt me like, I don't know. If even what you guys were saying about, if I did believe what you were saying about me, and then I was very angry, I don't know. I think it would suck to be that angry all the time.
Right.
And who's that angry with for no reason?
I mean, you had a lot of reason to be angry. Some of them more than others, but still.
Then why does Nim keep talking about me like I was just angry just because?
Because
misunderstandings and absenteeism.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. He'll shrug.
Yeah,
it's I don't know, the group functions, so it's close. It's just a little more interaction, and hell, even I'm fine with them now.
Yeah, you two tended to butt heads a lot, but I think things have been improving. Unfortunately, you reach a boiling point before things got truly better, and I am really sorry for that.
anyway, I think that, well, I can't promise anything. I've not seen something like this before, but I can interpret some of this. Graham will be affected by how things go, but it might be possible to get both sides out and, in essence, get Graham back to the front if he is exposed to black and white mana. It won't last, probably, but you could talk to him, perhaps.
Well, we do have a white mana piece. Wait, we do have access to a black mana piece. Now that I think about it,
Oh yeah, we do.
we do actually.
Oh, well, that's probably dreadfully convenient then. Now, it won't make him the dominant persona. Once that's done, he'll probably recede back. But I think whatever game these patrons are trying to play, he will be affected by the final result. And I think it will ultimately come to a choice what he wants to be when the time of judgment is upon him. After all, the patrons are trying to vie for him. Probably the black one, the violent one, is saying that he should be like this all the time, and it will make him more powerful than anything. A little war machine. Whereas the white patron is saying that he should live a simpler, happier life, and is perhaps trying to demonstrate that without the other patron's influence making you like this, you can actually have a good time. So perhaps just be like this. Or perhaps Graham can find something else.
He is in quite a pickle, I must say. Of course, all of what you're saying is speculation from what you're being able to see, but
this is conjecture. But I have seen a lot of mana in my lifetime, so I can say this is probably around about perhaps 80% accuracy.
Well, I suppose Graham's case is unique in terms of being a warlock. Like, I'm not an expert on warlock, but I don't think warlocks usually have more than one patron, do they?
No, they do not. But speaking of unusual cases,
I'm also a cleric. I do pray.
Yes, you do. Yeah, after all, the Ashfell and the Snowfall, from what I can recall, very much spend a great amount of their time in the Orzhov churches.
Of course, they do protect the Orzhov, or according to you at least. I will wonder if they do have that same objective nowadays, or if they do something else.
If Graham is still within the churches, I'd hazard a guess that is still very much how they operate.
I'm kind of skeptical, but mostly because Graham ended up hating them and leaving them. So there must be a reason for him to have hated them.
Well, they did state that they didn't want to be exactly like them when the father met us during that.
Yeah.
Perhaps I think there was a remark of them having grown better outside of it, but I'm a little fuzzy on memory.
Well, at least
Oh no, go ahead.
well, I was just gonna say, we do have a lot more information to go off, and we do have a way of maybe speaking with the actual Graham right now if we pay a little visit to another friend of ours. But how should we proceed in this then? If what Molly's saying is so true, this I think I think this is mostly out of our control when it comes to what is of happening to Graham. If there is no way to like hold this contest that the patrons are having with his soul.
Graham will just be like, you know what? Eleanor said something like that. Again, this is assuming that I believe that that I was split in half, and that my memories aren't all necessarily what I think they are. But if that was true, didn't Eleanor say that this happens occasionally? Like, wouldn't there be something somewhere to kind of help deal with these things? if it happens regularly enough that it's like passed down.
Well, the only real way for us to actually find that is finding finding another Ashfell to tell us about it, because Mal wouldn't have that information.
Sorry.
It's okay, Mal. You helped us a ton. Well, I do. Well, now Elaming is wondering whether Commander Gukata was successful in whatever he was going to do, in whatever he planned to do. Although Elaming is kind of worried that that is going to go horribly wrong.
Graham. Graham.
Yes.
Do you contact these patrons of yours any?
Yeah, sure I can. I can do that. I just need a place with a bunch of mana and do some meditating.
Perhaps some communication with them might help alleviate some of this, because that might be something to consider. See if that would help restore some memory at least.
Ah.
I don't know what's going on, but I feel like this is a little bit polarized, if you will. One or the other, that they have their merit, but I feel like something slipped, and this is a little too far. So perhaps if you might be able to see about that.
I didn't think we'd be able to talk with them ourselves.
Well, I don't expect it either, Elman, but I figured I can ask. After all, they're with the Orsov.
It doesn't hurt to try and ask.
True enough.
You know, considerations of others.
Well, Sirius did brought you that incense and stuff. Do you think you'll be able to do that ritual around here?
I'm not sure. Like I said, it's not really something I've really seen done outside of like some very specific churches.
Would it need to be inside? Would it need to be inside a church for it to be done successfully?
I mean, every time I've seen it done, it has been.
Honestly, it could be a requirement, but we could try it outside of a church to see if it works. If it's not, then maybe it is a requirement.
But also, I mean, there's no guarantee that I'll get both patrons to talk to. I mean,
even talking with one of them could be useful.
true.
It'd be good if we could actually talk with both of them, but if only one shows up, at least that's some information we could get out if they speak to us.
Alrighty, right. Graham will kind of clap his paws together, be like, alright, I got the incense, I got the burner, I know which churches to do it at. When's the next full moon?
And the moon
Or
blinks.
new moon.
And the moon blinks. Oh.
That would be in about 3 days, actually.
Ah, alrighty then.
It's waxing at the moment, so you'll have a new moon, so you'll have a full moon pretty soon.
Excellent, excellent.
Well, then I guess we'll have to try this in 3 days.
Oh,
Sounds good.
On that topic, Silver, have you been practicing? Silver seems confused.
Nim looks over at Silver, then back at Malt. Was he supposed to be practicing?
Did I not mention that the potential is split between you two?
Nim just shakes his head.
Sorry, I thought I'd mentioned your mana is split between the two of you due to your connection. The Silver has to awaken.
Wait, Silver can awaken?
Yes. You two are practically almost like one entity. So you've awakened your side of your mana. You've even gotten some abilities. The remainder of those abilities, however, is on Silver to rise up. Silver looks shocked and then confused.
Silver has half your mana potential locked inside of him.
I'm sorry. I thought that was clear. You know, since I was like reinforcing that connection and talking about what a connection you two had, and I'm sorry.
Sometimes
others have told us that that Silver can't awaken. That he doesn't have his own thing.
Well, yes, that's because you have to do it first. But it's not one or the other. You two share. It's not an individual mana. It's like two halves of a greater piece. You have the lion's share, though, so to say. So you have to start it off, and then he has access to filling out the rest of it.
That sounds weird, but at the same time, it is Nim, so I suppose that is part of the course.
Well, he is the planeswalker.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not all that strange that he is the spark between the two of them.
So how do we awaken Silver's mana then?
Well, I would assume that he has the same colors as you, so green and red would be required.
We could ask. Didn't Tanya help you when awakening your mana, Nim? We could ask her again.
We did not write down what his mana was. But I know for sure that we had 3 mana for him.
He has white, red, and green. With the white hailing back to his paladin days.
Makes sense to me.
Okay. I have noted that on his sheet now.
Yes.
Yay! Finally set in stone.
Sorry, I thought that was also known. I thought
I do unfortunately need to step away for a moment because food is ready in microwave, but
all right.
I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
You got it. And on that topic, and he's going to look over to Elman. You can let him out of the bag, I'd assume. You can let him.
Elemi takes Calcero out of the bag. You want to talk with Calcero, I imagine.
Graham
Don't
sees the
pet
little
up.
dragon and is like rushing over to pet. He's like, "Oh my god, I've never seen a dragon up this close before." This is so cool.
Calcero does not shrink away. He is accepting the pets like, oh yeah. Finally,
Also
the attention I
extends
deserve.
a hand to pet.
Shudders, but does not want for this to cease. Yep, this is all the attention I deserve.
Is Calcero all healed up from all the previous chaos, like the poor hand strike from the Ironthorn encounter? Is Calcero all good?
Yeah, Calcero is good, thankfully.
Ah, excellent. Just thought I'd check is all.
You wanted to speak with Calcero about his mana, didn't you, Malt?
Yes. It seems to be developing. But I'll admit it's a little curious.
What do you mean?
He's awakened a little bit, but I don't believe he's ever gotten any exposure like you did, Element.
That is actually, yeah, that you're right in that regard. Like, because, well, I have told you about Calcero's situation, haven't I? I explained it to you the last time we met, right?
Yes, I know of your situation and how you are connecting with him to like take some traits, and at some point you may truly become a dragon yourself by the end of this.
Element raises an eyebrow. Ah. Oh.
Or at least dragon parallel.
Oh, I see. Well, yeah, Calcero hasn't really. Whenever I go to visit my mana, I don't. Calcero doesn't really meditate with me. She's just waiting for me on the other side. So
yeah,
you're right. He hasn't been really exposed to it.
It's like he's almost awakened. He's like one step away from it, and he's technically got an ability. Admittedly, it's like 10% at most of what he could get out of one. What is that? It's a small healing thing. Shut up! Leave me alone! Calcero very upset.
No wonder it had very little effect when he used it. When you put it like that, it makes sense. And let me proceed to pet Calcero as well.
I'd recommend helping you with that whenever you have the option.
Yeah, the next.
Yes, it must be very distressing for someone to believe they've awakened their mana and then have something even weaker than Healing Word. At such a price, too.
the next time I have somebody available to help me meditate, so I can go to my mana. I will make sure to help Costera with that.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
Calceru. Poor Calceru.
Don't worry, Costera. I will help you awaken fully with the next time I can.
It's not that bad.
You probably should have gone ahead and done it without consulting me first.
I wanted to surprise. I want a celebration party.
Come on.
Now, back to Silver.
Nim is just looking over at Calceru and kind of loudly comments, "You know, it's a good thing we didn't eat him. Turns out he's not really a dragon at all."
Element blinks. Ouch. Nim, where did that come from?
Well, I mean, he's whining like that.
Graham will cast healing pats.
It recovers physical wounds, but the emotional damage remains.
No, that's why it's pats. It'll help with the emotional ones too.
Do dragons not traditionally whine?
Well, everything I know about them is that they are fierce and proud, and well, he's just not.
Perhaps.
Well,
actually,
yeah.
Where does this one come from? I'm only aware of the one within ours area, if you will, and
There's only one dragon. There's only one dragon in all of Africa, and well, Kaseru is definitely from outside, but at the moment he is stuck in a plane of death, or so he told me.
Didn't Nim Nizzy eat all the other dragons?
What?
Okay.
Is that what happened?
Yes, out of character. Yes, that's what happened.
Oh yeah,
Nim Nizzit
that's right.
personally killed every other dragon that used to live in Ravnica.
I know, but but I was wondering if you said that in character because Element isn't aware of what happened.
You know, Grant would have said that. I feel like everyone would be aware of that.
That's been the whole reason why we've hidden Calceru.
Well, I meant from Ravnica. I can't imagine that there wouldn't be at least like rumors. Like, yeah, no, Nim Nizzit killed all the other dragons.
Yeah, I would imagine that there have been rumors but that Graham's family would know for sure.
Yeah, I wasn't aware. I wasn't aware if Niv is killing all dragons was like a widely known thing. I've been playing.
I feel like most people would think it was just some kind of like kind of bedtime story kind of deal, but you know, like
yeah, because with Element, I've been playing it up as Element doesn't know what happened, but considering that Ignivius is the only dragon, he's kind of has his suspicion as to what may have happened. So that's why he's been hiding Calcero. He doesn't want Niv to find him and well for something to happen.
Grant would just be like, I bet they were jerks.
Yeah, the only dragon we're familiar with is Niv Isid, and well, he's usually wherever he is doing his experiments. I'm not sure he's the dragon that you're familiar with, Nim. And Calcero is Calcero. I don't know what kind of dragon he is. I don't know what kind of dragons there.
I was not born in the plane of death. I just got summoned onto it. I was entertaining. And then I have spent so long here that I finished growing up. I want to leave. Everyone I know is dead. For many reasons.
Graham would just be like, I don't know about that. Don't dragons live like a really, 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 really long time? If Niv Mizzet is anything to guess by.
Probably.
I'm sure you still have family somewhere. We just gotta get you out of that terrible place and find them.
I'm a proud brass dragon.
What did you say there? Digi? I didn't understand.
I am a proud brass dragon.
Yes, you are. So do stop whining. We'll help you get your actual body into a replica someday. And we'll also have to find a way to get you out of replica immediately, though.
I don't know. Maybe Nim Nizzet would like some conversation.
I am not entirely sure about that.
There's a fair caution on that, so...
I mean, I can't really speak for experience, but, like, Calcero seems nice. I can't imagine Nim Nizzet killed all the dragons just because they were dragons. Must have been assholes.
That does make sense, but at the same time, I don't know Niv is it personally, so I don't really want to risk.
I mean, he hasn't eaten all the people, and people can be assholes. Gotta be at least somewhat reasonable.
I don't know at this point.
I don't know. I don't know either. I'll just keep Calcero in hiding for now, as best as I can, at least.
Well, as much as you can, while still occasionally having your wings, claws, and whatnot.
Yeah,
that's not exactly subtle.
I mean,
there are others, I suppose.
I mean, that doesn't implicate Calcero himself being here. That's just that I just passed that off as my mana ability because technically it is.
Ah, okay, fair enough. Alrighty then.
Graham will also just be like, also, isn't being summoned to the plane of death just death?
No, actually.
What kind of thing lives on the plane of death that you would answer a summons from?
I didn't answer the summons. I just got summoned.
Ah, okay. That makes much more sense now.
I mean,
I was very surprised, for starters.
Now that I think about it, you said you got summoned to the plane of death. Who summoned you? I'm not sure.
Guys, actually.
Some bad guys?
Yeah. You see, there was a whole thing happening on the plane of death. Wait. No, I should be able to talk about it. Anyway. They were like trying to take over the plane of death and then be on it so they would be effectively immortal.
I see.
but so like they there was this other group, and they were like other people that were called by the keepers of the plane of death, since they couldn't like win directly. They needed like champions. So anyway, I got called because like the bad guys needed someone to like stop the heroes, and then I got summoned, and then I said no, I don't want to, and they were very surprised. And then we fought, and I won, and then those guys found me and I said like hello, and then they told me the things, and then I went with the things, and then everyone went home except me because they were the champions summoned by the keepers, and I wasn't.
Ah.
They basically just forgot about you. That is messed up.
They didn't forget about me. I was just summoned by the wrong people, and I'm so mad about it.
Can't Nim do some planeswalky thingy?
It's been thousands of years.
Can't Nim do some planeswalky thingy?
I don't think.
No, wait, Graham wouldn't. No, this Graham doesn't know that. Never mind.
Yeah.
Graham doesn't say any of that.
Yeah.
And either way, I don't know what he would be able to do.
I think he was. I think if that was something that Graham would have said, I think he was thinking going to the plane of death and bring back Calcero's actual body. But
if normal Graham was here, he'd probably have come to the realization that you could probably use tree.
Oh yeah, no, I was already leaning that way, but never.
Although if it was that simple, I wouldn't need to use my mana for that. So there may be something else keeping it there. But I don't know. Maybe it is that simple, and we're just doing something roundabout for no particular reason.
Calcero has been trying to escape all this time.
So you're still in the other place, but you are here.
Yeah, this is the proxy body. This is the proxy.
Oh, okay.
This isn't me. This isn't me.
Hey, I don't know, okay? Again, haven't seen dragons before, and, well, quite some.
Well, like, this is like the tiny baby version of me, at best.
So your other self is fine right now, just on a different place.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll go ahead and ask Tree about that later. They were showing me and they showed me and Nim and Silver a different location. Big, nice open place, but it wasn't from here, so perhaps they might be able to help with this. Not sure if it's that simple. As I've already found with Ruvikin here, miss-summoning can be its own problem, but, well, there might be something we can try, at least.
Ruvikin just leans over, puts a hand on his shoulder, like, I understand.
They'll probably explain that this is not a standard form either, so fully understood.
Graham gives Calcero and Rubikin pats.
Don't touch me, child. Ah! Your hand. Stop that.
Cordan stopped the petting after he realised that Calcero was flinching away from him.
Well, Rubikin is the one that was getting angry and loud.
Cirrus is fetching Ruvikin back again already. Well, either way, point being, there might be something we can try. If not that, then maybe Tree can help at least a little bit in getting a sense of it, or who knows, something else later. But I don't know. There's just a lot of things to keep track of at this point.
No joke.
Graham will also look at like Malt and be like, so, like you said my family used to fight people dealing with mana corruption? Sounds hard.
Oh, it was a very difficult endeavor, yes. People suffering from mana corruption are people that have gained strength and then lost their way.
Hmm. I do know what it is. It sounds very bad, but like, huh. I'm surprised my family, managed to like do that for so long. I mean, like, how old are you? And how long and how long were you like not around that you don't seem to be aware of like current goings ons?
I, I'm. It's a very difficult question to ask, boy. You see, where I was kept, it was underground, so I couldn't really keep track of sun and moon and whatnot. And it seems that records of us are like hidden or something to the effect. So
I don't know. Couldn't you tell by like finding like a tree that was around like and then like doing that? You seem like you'd be good with that kind of thing.
Considered that.
Actually, aren't you covered in trees? Couldn't you kind of gauge based off of what kind of tree and how big they are, with like or at least like newer ones, like how long
Unfortunately,
you've been?
these trees are a little special, you see, because they were growing off me. They had me as I was the one basically sustaining them. So not very
I still feel like it could work with a normal tree as long as like there's at least some place that would be the same or similar. Even with the Selesnya, they like to keep their trees around.
I'll give it a go. I hadn't thought about it before. I just sort of wrote it off as, well, probably been at least 100 years. Sure feels that way.
I feel like 100 years isn't that long.
Few hundred. Like,
oh.
one.
Huh. I'm actually kind of surprised my family's still around if we were fighting like the dangerous things you were saying.
Well, the whole family fought together as a group.
Did we? No,
yes.
We didn't do that.
to keep each other alive. You fought as a group. Because these were things dangerous enough that you shouldn't fight them as a singular person. At least that's how I remember it.
I guess that makes some sense.
There were some of you who could even just figure out the abilities of one of these mana corrupted. And then you'd make a plan and bring them low.
Sounds very useful. I actually think I have some brothers who are really good at stealing mana abilities, actually.
Well, the primary danger of the mana corrupt are their abilities. So if you could successfully steal one or seal it, then yes, that would be perfectly to your advantage.
Actually, I wonder if we just got like an armory of people's mana powers somewhere.
I hadn't thought about it, but there is the potential.
That'd be one hell of a sword. Or whatever weapon it was stuffed into.
You can stuff mana ability into weaponry?
Oh, some of my brothers and sisters can.
Huh. Is that a mana ability in and of itself, or is that just something that is able to be done?
I'm pretty sure a lot of my family has the same mana abilities. Don't really know why per se, but we just kind of fall into the same kind of groove, so to speak, like the were-rabbits.
I see.
That's mildly disconcerting, but fair enough.
Now, let's see. If we had someone strong with red mana, do you have any red pieces by any chance?
No, we do not.
Oh, I see.
We have a white
We have-
and green.
And we have access to a black one, but no red.
I see. Oh, hold on. I feel someone approaching. As a familiar bear is starting to approach. But curiously enough, he looks a little banged up. And beside him is another white rabbit that looks far from subdued, but also perhaps a little roughed up. A very familiar rabbit with a black cross upon his forehead and a formal suit. Hello
Graham's
again.
just like, hi, Dad.
Elamy's mouth is wide open. Oh,
And that's where we'll call it.
Ah,
Alright.
Did my roll of 70 really lead to this for this to happen?
Did you not hear the surprise in his voice when you said 17 and he went, oh?
No, I did hear it.
But yes, lucky you. You basically called it. I rolled a 71 and it was like, oh, this is basically a crit. This is
Oh my god. That is cool. That is actually cool.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's time for Cyrus. Something you liked, something that you felt could be improved.
Well, as for something I liked, I still ever appreciate getting to partake with these. It was a little confusing trying to kind of catch myself up a little in the middle of it, but that's my own, and I just enjoyed that it didn't cause too much of a wrench in things. I hope. You guys can let me know later if I was absolutely the wrench in some plan that was going on and I stalled everything, but I'll let you tell me that when we get to improvements.
Oh,
As
not
for
at
what
all.
can be improved, my timeliness and tracking, but that's on my end. I have no complaints for this at the moment. Not even complaints so much as recommendations. There we go.
All right, Graham, you're up.
I'm enjoying the game a lot.
We're asking
I
for
don't really- I
something
ca-
you liked and something you felt could be improved.
Again, I'm just kind of enjoying like the story going on. And as far as things that can be improved, there's nothing really particularly comes to mind.
All right,
Oh.
Coradan.
I'm liking that. I'm actually loving that. Digi. Which
Either
one
works.
is it? Either works. Has a lot of the backstories and stuff already thought out that they can draw from.
Yes.
I'm like we can ask random fucking questions, and I feel that Andrew will just be able to answer it really, really easily. I like having that to draw from and from bounce off of, and just like
it can be a lot to keep track of in the heat of the moment. So yes, I do have notes.
That is wonderful.
I feel that we all need more notes. There are still a few moments where it's very focused. I understand that the story's rotating around a few key figures for moments, but I do feel there is moments where we're sitting not saying much for a very long period of time. I think that some people could have more input on a situation.
It's everyone wanting to not step on each other's toes or cut each other off.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
If I may, would it? I occasionally poke it, but shall I be a little more forward about if maybe we can move on from something, or to acknowledge if there's anything further, and to okay, I might be a little more forward with that then. That might maybe help a little, but we'll see.
Sorry if this game felt a little different. I am putting the rails on, so to say, or providing a leash. The donation goal was hit pretty early, so Morath and Merrick are here right away, just in case things start to deviate.
I appreciate the rails and the fucking leash to stop us wandering off into nonsensical oblivion and just getting massively sidetracked.
The tea was a surprise, but I thought it would be a good surprise since this is something that Lute wants to do. And then I let him take charge of the scene. It probably wouldn't take too long, and perhaps a little party bonding. Something to like, just something so mundane but so potentially pleasant would be perfectly reasonable.
Agreed. Honestly, it was pretty nice. I liked it.
I did too.
Yeah. I honestly really enjoyed this session. The one thing I think we could improve on if sometimes we get into a few moments where there's just nobody speaking. I think you should step up a little bit more when it comes to those moments.
I think sometimes it's like, okay, like it's like some people are like, okay, I've been talking a while and I don't want to like, I want to give some other people the chance to do something, and you're like waiting and like, oh, no one's doing a thing.
We may need to talk to each other a bit more. All right, so someone else likes and dislikes.
Gray.
I did very much like how this session was kind of calmer. We were kind of able to get to this nice little point between characters and ourselves, where it's just like, hey, where we had some nice scenes here, and even the effect that you were able to allow a player to kind of take control of a scene, that was very nice, and I enjoyed that. Something that can be improved. Really, all I have to say has kind of already been said, where it's like, yeah, there's always this kind of ongoing issue of we kind of don't know when to engage, especially around each other, so we got to figure that out a little bit better.
Yes, the dead air, so to say.
Yes, the long, awkward silence where none of us particularly wanted to step in case someone else had a better idea to start with.
Yeah, because honestly, it could be that the person that was supposed to speak up is just thinking, like,
yeah,
what's the best thing? And that's fine.
This is fine.
Everything is fine.
Everything is awesome.
And luckily for our party, the cake was not a lie.
So, Elliman.
Mm-hmm.
Something
I really
something you felt could be improved.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I think the moments with dead air when nobody's speaking for a while, I think they could do better in stepping up on those moments. But besides that, I honestly really enjoy the session.
All right. Last but not least, Digi slash Enja slash Dusty slash Ignis, was it?
Ignis? What?
Your lizard folk character.
Infel.
Infel slash Sully.
Yep. And Dusty.
I mentioned Dusty.
Yes, I know.
Anyways, what did you like? What did you feel could be improved?
Well, let's see. I generally liked everything that went on. I liked that Lute wanted to finally do something. Well, not finally wanted to do something. Despite everything, still wanted to do something and had this whole thing in mind of a tea house. I'm just going to take everyone out to eat and have a nice time. So even a fancy place where he then had plans of a personality quiz. And then the group expands it on it, saying oh, this is probably a mere location, honestly.
Yes, that was awesome.
I liked that. I like it when we build on each other's ideas or offer things that seem so completely plausible that it then becomes that. Let's see what I don't like. Probably the dead air because again, I understand and I'm not really sure what to do about it because when the door was knocked on and someone else was going to do something and Cray said you gave me 3 seconds. Let me think for a minute.
It wasn't even thinking. It was just that I was okay, and then I'm gonna respond, and people hopped in. And I'm I didn't have a chance to respond, at least not in my perception.
Yeah, exactly. So it is a little tough. Not really sure what to do about it.
I mean, and I suppose if I might say, if it regards to speaking, then a legitimate accidental talking over each other for a moment is fine, so long as we kind of recognize and take our turns letting folks speak. But for actions or something, that might be something to chime up of, just to, I don't know, just little things to maybe allow us to go a little smoother and faster without completely foregoing keeping in mind of what we're all doing. It's the best that comes to the top of my mind, at least.
Seems reasonable.
I have to ask, does everyone have Fantasy Grounds open and up whatnot? Because that might also be another. That might also be another consideration. Is just a quick little remark of preparing to speak, or I had something to say, or maybe some little thing we can kind of throw into the chat there to just kind of chime off it.
While that's a great idea in theory, in practice, nobody ever does such a thing. We've tried that with the Pokemon group and a few groups in the past, and it just died real fast.
Fair enough. Well, just jumps to the top of my mind, but I only mention it in case that was an option, but that is entirely fair with the whole lack of attention to things sometimes, so. Oh, all right. Well, that said, with the dead air moments, I'll try to pipe up a little more or such. I didn't do it quite as much this time because I came in late. I didn't know the situation. I didn't know any plans, and consequently, I did not know where to try to nudge things.
Completely understand.
But I will try to keep that in mind, and I will hopefully try to track my days better so I don't have a repeat of this, as well as not having stuff break down on me that I need to fix. Either way, side points aside, I'll try to chime in on that a little more, maybe help with that. I offer no guarantees, though. That said, let's see. Has anyone not had a chance to say anything that they like or would perhaps could see improved?
I don't believe we've heard from him or Zim.
I like
I
the
think we got the
direction that
remark-
we're going. I'm hopeful for it. Because, you know, things have been really rough with this group, but tonight was a step in the right direction for sure. As for improving, don't let that fall off.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, all right.
I don't know. I'm wondering if there would be some way to kind of like indicate that we're maybe deviating a touch, but I feel like that's more reserved for something like this on the after sessions.
Oh no, I mean, some deviation is okay as long as we're all on the same page. But I'm gonna
Okay,
go
sure.
ahead and wrap this up then.
Yep.
Well,
I don't know if I'm just kind of trying to decide if I'm wanting to continue streaming tonight or not.
Fair enough. I hope my voice hasn't been too far off today. But did it was everything decent enough, I might ask, I guess.
oh, who
Yeah.
with the ever-changing name pronunciation, you were fine.
Fair enough. Just figured I'd double check. I've been a little bit under, so.
Pat.
Yeah, guys, as much as I do enjoy streaming, I think I need a night to just take it easy. So I think this is where I'm
Understandable.
going to go ahead and call it tonight. But
Fair
I
enough.
appreciate all of you so very much. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more there on our website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I really cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by simply sharing the stream around. Jits, it's not my birthday yet. That's on Friday, but thank you. But yeah, I will see you all next time. I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Adu.
Goodbye.
Have a good night, day, or what have you.
Hadouken!